The Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly presents Kentucky Christian University football. This KCU football game is brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy in South Shore, Members Choice Credit Union, First National Bank of Grayson and Cannonsburg, Trey Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, and Kentucky Christian University. Now, let's go to the field for the pregame show as the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV presents exciting Kentucky Christian University football.
Everybody, and welcome to Kentucky Christian University football here on the Cool Hit Sports Network. I'm Chauncey Griffith, and I'm joined with Coach Brent Terry, and we're so glad to have you along here from Grayson for homecoming here in Grayson for the KCU Knights. It's homecoming week here, and a good crowd on hand so far, and the game's not even started yet. This is matchup number 11 of all time between Kentucky Christian University and the Bluefield Rams, and it looks to be a pretty good one. This is matchup number 11. KCU leads the series 7-3, and the Knights look to make it 8-3 here on homecoming game. KCU comes in at 0-4. They're coming off a tough loss down the road, about 35, I don't know, half hour from here, Coach, against the Morehead State Eagles, a bigger school out of Division I championship division, and a tough loss. But KCU looking to rebound here and pick up their first win of the season. Bluefield comes in at 2-2 on the season, and they are coming off of a win at Union, actually a home win against Union College. They won that one 29-10, and here they are on the road in Grayson. Looks to be a good one. It's football, college football on a Saturday, and I don't know about anything I'd rather be doing than watching a college football game, Coach. Yeah,
it's really good to be back out here. KCU been on the road for a few weeks, but returned home, and as you said, on homecoming. The sun was out, and it was a beautiful day a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But some clouds formed. I think we're getting a little brief shower right now, but I think that's going to pass. We're going to have a great day for KCU football.
I'm with you, Coach. We're going to step out and take a break, and when we return, I'll have a conversation with KCU head coach Jake Russell, and then we'll be back with some starting lineups and a whole lot of football here from Grayson. So don't go way back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back in Grayson, we're now joined by KCU head coach, Coach Jake Russell. Coach, thanks for giving us a little bit of time.
Yes, sir. Beautiful day to play football.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And just homecoming here in Grayson. You got several recruits here. The atmosphere's already here an hour before the game.
Yeah, homecoming always a big deal. You know, you got the alumni coming back, proud of their university. We want to give them something to be proud about. Looking at right here on the field, guys are fired up. It's going to be a great crowd here, beautiful football weather. Just overall a great day to play football and get our first win of the season.
And first conference game.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all week with our guys. You know, the 4 stars get tough on the guys. You know, just mentally and everything. It's never easy to lose 4 straight, but you know, number one goal in our program, I think we've said this before, is to win a conference championship, and that starts today.
Coach, what are the keys to a win?
Yeah, I feel like I say it every week. We've got to come out and be the most physical team in all 11 positions every play. We've just got to execute our stuff. I mean, we've moved the ball well on offense all year. We've made plays on defense, gotten the turnovers. And it's just like we play 20 good minutes every game, and now we've got to find a way to play 60 good minutes to put the ball in the end zone and score points, get those turnovers on defense while not giving up the explosive plays. Those 2 things right there, I think, are the keys to victory.
Awesome, Coach. We're rooting for you guys. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Welcome back here to Kentucky Christian University. Here we're on the campus in Grayson, Kentucky. A big homecoming matchup between your KCU Knights and the Bluefield Rams. I'm Brent Terry here, and Chauncey, your normal voice of the Chauncey Griffith's normal voice of the Knights is down on the field right now. He's going to be an honorary captain for today's game. So I'll be here with you just for a few minutes here before we got about 7 minutes on the clock here before kickoff, and thought we might run down just a little bit about the Bluefield Rams, get you caught up to speed on today's opponent. As Chauncey mentioned earlier, Bluefield coming off a victory last week at home against Union College, 29-10. The defense stood big for the Rams, only giving up 10 points in the second quarter, shutouts in all 3 other quarters against Union. So the defense is obviously played well for them this year. They are led by Logan Patron. He led that defense with 12 tackles last week. And they had 3 interceptions coming from that secondary, so a very active group and quite the challenge for the Knights on offense today. Looking at Bluefield's offense, they are led by their quarterback, Oh, actually, they're led by really a fantastic receiver named Jaquan Ebron, and he was last week's AAC Player of the Week. He hauled in 6 catches for 134 yards and a touchdown, and I'm sure he will be a focal point of that KCU defense today. Hurstach is their quarterback. He completed 14 of 29 passes for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has been the leader of that offense all year for the Rams. As I said earlier, coming in with a 2-2 record. They have done a tremendous job of moving the ball this year. It was actually Jaquan Ebron's second time as the AAC Player of the Week. We'll take a look. We're going to step away here for a second, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the statistics for the Knights from last week. Back in a moment.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back here in Grayson, Kentucky, on the campus of Kentucky Christian University. And as I said earlier, we'll take a quick look at some statistics from last week for the Knights, especially offensively here. They were able to put up 418 yards of total offense on Morehead State last week. Again, an opponent from Division I. So a nice performance. Obviously, they'd like to be able to score a few more points with those yards, as they only came away with 2 touchdowns and the 14 points. But amassing 418 yards on that defense, no small play. They're able to get off 75 plays, averaging 5.6 yards per play. They threw the ball for an impressive 361 yards, 28 for 46 on last week's game from Max Ward, who stepped in and took over the starting job at quarterback the last 2 weeks for the Knights. Averaging 7.8 yards per pass play. He was sacked 5 times, and so that's something that the KCU Knights offensive line is going to get tested again today from Bluefield, and if they can keep Max upright, they'll have an opportunity to move the ball on this Rams defense. Rushing the ball was not the strong suit last week, as they attempted 29 rushes last week and only averaging 2 points per rush, 2 yards per rush last week. So something they'll focus on today. The more they'll be able to run the ball, the easier it'll make for Max to be able to push the ball down the field. As we do look at, as I mentioned earlier, Chauncey Griffith, honorary captain for the Knights, and he is out there at midfield with some of the other captains from Kentucky Christian and for the Bluefield Knights. They are tossing the coin right now as we speak. It looks like KCU has won the toss, and they elected to defer their choice to the second half. They're hoping to get that ball in the second half. So Bluefield will get the choice for the first half, and they will receive the kickoff, and they'll be moving from right to left when they do so. So the sun has kind of peeked back out from the clouds here in Grayson, and we are just moments away from getting this thing kicked off. Our man Chauncey Griffith won the toss for the Knights, and so they deferred. Bluefield will get the ball. KCU will be kicking off when we come back. So we'll sneak in one more break right here before kickoff. When we come back, we'll be ready for football.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Welcome back to Kentucky Christian University campus here in beautiful Grayson, Kentucky. KCU Knights getting ready for their AAC opener, opening up here at home. Very exciting for the coaches. It's not been exactly the start to the season that the Knights have wanted with their record so far, winless on the year. But you can throw all those records, throw all that out right now. It's a fresh start. It's a new day. When you got your conference, you open up your conference play. That's really what matters here. They'd like to make a great showing and get their first conference win in the opener here on campus. Welcome back in the booth, the captain.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Coach, we're going to step out, take a break so we can stand up for the national anthem. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
The ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we're back here. I'm not sure who that lady was. She did a great job. Coach Manning, who was that lady? I'll find out right now. Sung it right here. That was Donna Schwarzenruber. Did a great job, Coach. We're back here in Grayson, though, and it's almost time for kickoff as we deferred.
Yeah, so I saw that. We kind of caught there on the air. It was awesome to see you down there. You got the first win for the night. You won the toss.
I'm just saying, if we win today, I don't know. Maybe I'm a good luck charm.
That's right.
Obviously kidding, but just in our conversation there that you heard with Coach Russell and I, and then on the Coach Jake Russell show, we talked about it as well. he feels like the team's in a good place. He really does.
Yeah,
and,
interesting choice to defer right there. Going to go ahead and put a pretty good Bluefield offense out on the field. They were able to hang 29 last week on Union. They tout the AAC Player of the Week in Jaquan Ebron.
Yes, sir.
The receiver caught 6 passes for 134 yards last week.
You got a brother in the NFL.
Got a brother playing in the NFL. He's obviously a very good talent. Bluefield 2-2, the AAC opener for both squads. Throw out, don't have to worry about the 0-0, the record right now. Everybody 0-0, and the quest to win their AAC title starts today.
And the kick is in the air. Paul Rodriguez puts it inside the 15 at about the 13. That's where it's fielded. And right up the middle of the field is the man who caught the ball, Christian Wood. Gets it all the way out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Bluefield will set up shop offensively. And, Coach, you mentioned there KCU defers, so they will get the ball after halftime. But making that call here early on in the game, how much faith does that show that Coach Russell has in his defense?
Well, that's right. That's obviously that's their plan. That they feel pretty good that they can match this Bluefield offense. They go ahead and choose to put the defense out there. And right off the bat, we've got a bad snap. KCU was not out on the field and ready to go. Bluefield tried to quick snap them. When they did, I think they caught the center by surprise, and he made a bad snap, and immediately a lost yardage play for that Bluefield offense. It looked like the center right there, Tim Weldon, kind of snapped it off to the right a little bit, and Herstat's not being able to handle it. So quickly behind the chains for the Rams.
Second down, 16 yards to go after the loss of 6. It's a handoff up the middle. It's going to go to Corterius Gilmore. He picks up a couple. That's about it. So 3rd and long here right off the bat for Bluefield. Yeah,
if we can keep them here, got them 3rd and long, keep everything in front of you right here and force a Rams punt, then the decision to defer to the second half looks like a good one.
3rd down and about, I'm going to say 14 yards to go here. In the gun is Nathan Hersich. He takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, wings it out almost to the sticks, and it's just out of the reach of intended receiver Jaquan Ebron. He threw it into some coverage there, Coach, but he was trying to make a play for a first down, and KCU defense stands strong here in the first series.
Yeah, J.R. Smith right there on the coverage over there in the corner. The Knights elect to drop 8 in coverage right there and play really tight underneath man-to-man defense. A couple of guys over the top for help, long yardage kind of situation, and they get them 3 and out right off the bat, and that's just what Jake Russell wanted to see out of his defense, was a quick 3 and out and force a punt.
Absolutely. The punt is in the air. Joey Dale's the kicker. It's fielded by Sims. He's got some room to run down the KCU sideline. He bends it back inside across the 30 down to the 25. He's tripped up, gets it across the 20-yard line, Coach. What a return here early on for KCU. Richmond Sims
with a really nice return. He brings it down the right sideline, cuts it back at just the right time. There was only one man there to beat, and that was the punter, and he got just enough of him to drag him down. So the Knights are in business early after forcing the 3 and out. They've got a little momentum, got the ball already on the 20-yard line, trying to get on the scoreboard first.
Yes, sir, and KCU offense out on the field led by quarterback Maxwell Ward. He's a guy who we haven't seen here at home yet, and hearing really good things about the guy.
Yeah, and Max has had a couple of starts for the Knights, and including last week against a Division I team in Moorhead. So it's going to be interesting. Did not get to see the tape of any of those games. So this is the first time that I've got to see him play, but I've heard a lot of good things about him, about his leadership, and so it's going to be interesting to see him guide this offense today.
Yes, sir. He's in the pistol. He's got a back to his left, and we see motion from left to right, and then it's going to be a handoff. That one goes right up the middle. And it's going to be a decent pickup here on first down, about 3-4 yards here on first down, so second and manageable.
Yeah, some nice push up front by the big guys, able to supply a little bit of running room right there, and we get a nice gain on first down.
Second down, we'll say a gain of 3 yards here, so second down and 7 yards to go. The ball's on the 16-yard line of Bluefield, and KCU here with some momentum. As Maxwell Ward again in the pistol, 2 receivers to his left, 1 tight end and a wingback to the right. He drops back, looks down into the end zone, and the ball's overthrown. He was trying to get it out there to Owen Hankins, but ball overthrown, incomplete, and so it'll be third down.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there in the backfield. The running back there kind of bumped into Max as he was trying to take the shotgun snap and kind of had to pull his eyes down. Maybe an ill-advised throw there. Kind of nobody was open, but he's able to kind of get it past those guys. There's a flag on the play, kind of waiting to see what we got here.
Got a false start against KCU, so that's going to back him up 5 yards, and it'll be second down again.
Yeah, so not the worst thing in the world there to get the down over. It just just pushes the ball back just past the 20 to 22-yard line. So second down, you can still get a first down here, and still get a first down here just at the 10-yard line. So Max will bring them back up with a 2-by-2 look here.
Yep, 2 receivers each way, and a running back offset to his right. He gets it out to the end zone, and, Coach, it's going to be intercepted, the ball overthrown, and it's directly into the hands of the cornerback. That's Tyrese Wolf. So he caught it in the end zone. That means Bluefield will take back over, and they'll be heading out from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, really an opportunity squandered right there. The defense gets you a 3-and-out. You get a nice punt return down to the 20-yard line and lose 2 yards and throw an interception. That's not what Jake had in mind right there. Kind of an ill-advised throw. Tyrese was over the top of the receiver all the way and really made a nice athletic catch there to get 1 foot in the back of the end zone.
Sure.
But a nice play. Touchback, leave the ball, bring the Rams back out on the 20-yard line.
And that KCU defense had a good first series. Bluefield takes back over Nathan Hersich from the gun. He's going to run it himself, play action, and he gets off tackle to the left, and he's going to slide for a decent pickup here on first down, a gain of about 6 yards. So second and 4.
Yeah, a little zone read play there, a staple of a lot of college offenses, the inside zone with the reading the backside defensive end, and Hersich able to make a nice play there on the end.
Yeah, and the pickup was a 3. Hersich takes the snap, drops back, wings it downfield, and it's caught, Coach, by number 1. That is Thomas Lee, and he had the height advantage. He threw it into coverage, but a well-placed ball out in front of the receiver and a big first down.
Yeah. KCU in a cover 2 shell there, and does a really nice job of fitting that ball in between the corner and the safety. Thomas Lee, 6'3", 210-pound wide receiver with some decent wheels. That's a good-looking kid.
Hersich takes it, drops back, tries to get it out to Lee again, and does. Throws it into coverage. The KCU cornerback was there, but again, Lee using that height advantage. It's another big first down. That one gets it down inside at the 15. Almost, I believe the ball's going to be right at the 10-yard line here. That's where he went down, so it'll be first and goal from the 10.
Yeah, Bluefield coming out targeting Desmond Daly right there. They've come at him twice in a row, and they're going to switch corners there to maybe get a little more favorable matchup on Thomas Lee.
This time it's a handoff up the middle. Cortarius Gilmore gets it inside the 10, picks up a couple yards here on first down, so it'll be second and goal from about the 8-yard line. And a good job closing in there in the box by the defense.
Yeah, not much push from the Rams offensive line right there. That KCU D-line holding their ground right there, not allowing any openings for Gilmore.
Gilmore in the gun. He's got a running back to his right. That's Hersich in the gun. He's going to take the snap, looks to his right, and it's a little swing pass out to Gilmore, who's going to try to get to that pylon and not able to do so. About 3-4 KCU defenders in his face.
Yeah, nice team speed there from KCU, showing some speed getting out in space there, because it looked like when Gilmore caught that he was going to walk in, but closed in really quickly there as they get some substitutes in the game for KCU. Big third. Sorry, Coach. Big 3rd and 3 right here. 3rd and down and goal from the 3.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Here we go. Hersich takes the snap, drops back, looks to his right. He's under some pressure. He's got to scramble out to the left, trying to find an open receiver, and he thought he had one there, overthrew the ball. He tried to get it to his number 1 receiver, that's Ebron, but into coverage, the ball was way too high to be caught.
Yeah, nice pressure there, kind of forced him out of the pocket. I thought he was going to try to scramble in, but he set his feet there and threw it to Ebron just a little bit too high. And it looked like he had Calvin Brown in the right corner of the end zone. He just didn't see him. Brown was open there by a few steps, kind of all by himself there in the corner, and so lucky that they didn't see him in the end zone.
And I think the pressure from the defense was probably the root cause of that. The field goal's blocked. Wow, what a block there. The kicker is Joey Dales. And, Coach, who was that got through that line almost untouched?
I think number 12, Brian Hughes, was able to deflect that. So the KCU defense with a 3-and-out on the first series. They kind of get back on their heels there. And Rams on the second series get the ball down inside the 5-yard line. But they're able to hold. They block the field goal, so some excitement on the KCU side right there. Brian Hughes with a big play to deflect that. The ball goes through the end zone, so that's a break for the Knights. That means it'll be a touchback, and they'll bring it out, and they'll get their second possession 80 yards away on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Coach, what a big break there. I fully expected it for this next series to start with Bluefield ahead 3-0, but great job there. Special teams, man. Here we go. KCU with the football. Maxwell Ward takes the snap. He's going to fake a handoff and then throw it over the middle on a little slant route there, and the pass is going to be caught. That is number 27, Austin Mullins, on the catch. Gain of, about 12 yards, I think, Coach?
Yep, there's a play that's all the rage in college football. The GT pulling the backside guard and tackle while reading that front side linebacker. That's your classic RPO, and you have to run or the pass. He's able to, Maxwell able to pull it and find a nice slant for a 12-yard completion.
One receiver to the left, two to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to bounce it outside, though, and he's got some room to run. Josh Traylor, the ball carrier, and he's got much more than enough for the first down. Gets it over to the KCU sideline, and he's forced to out of bounds at the Bluefield 42-yard line. So a pickup of 27 yards.
Yeah, nice run there right down the kind of takes it through the B gap there on the zone play, bounces it outside down the boundary. A really nice run there by Traylor.
Maxwell Ward with two receivers to the short side of the field. One of them's going to go in motion, but we've got another handoff. This one up the middle again. Josh Traylor, the ball carrier, and he finds his way ahead for a gain of about 3 yards here on first down.
Yeah, Traylor running really hard. Still 9 minutes left to go in this quarter. Yeah. We've had a ton of excitement. Ball moving up and down the field. A lot going on. No points scored, but plenty of excitement.
Man, I love football, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So interesting to see here. So KCU able to run the ball. Have been successful with some RPO stuff. We'll see what they do here. Second down and about 6 or 7.
Yep, from the Bluefield 39-yard line, Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, he's going to take the snap. And as the ball snapped, we had somebody moving, I do believe, a receiver over on that other side. And I think we're going to have a false start here on KCU.
Yeah, we either got one of the receivers, but I also think C.J. Deals, the left tackle, might got a little anxious right there.
Okay.
Both of them may have been at fault there, but that'll move them back 5, right? And a self-inflicted wound there. You hate to see those pre-snap penalties, but KCU gaining yards in chunks.
Sure.
So, still second down. See what they can do, though. Getting the play from the sideline here. Everybody up on the ball, ready to go.
Second down, 12 yards to go. 2-by-2 set. We've got a running back behind the quarterback in the pistol. Ward sends a receiver in motion from left to right, and another flag upon the snap of the football. I believe we're going to have another false start.
I believe so.
Yeah.
2 pre-snap penalties on the KCU offensive line there.
You said KCU moving the football, moving in chunks and doing a good job at that, but we go from 2nd and 7 to 2nd and 17 balls almost. It's on the 49-yard line, almost to midfield.
Yeah, we're still moving it in chunks. We're just moving it in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Second down and a whole lot of yards to go this time. Maxwell Ward gets the sign from the sideline. He's in the pistol. He got a running back behind him. That's Josh Traylor. 2 receivers to each side. Ball's shifted over toward the right hash, and we've got a handoff up the middle. And fighting his way ahead for a gain of about 4 yards is Josh Traylor. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 13 yards to go from the Bluefield 45-yard line.
KCU using a lot of motion here today, already trying to give the Rams some eye candy, kind of make them look at a lot of stuff here, and running the ball up inside pretty effectively.
We've got movement. I saw several defenders move. I don't know. Did you see anybody on the offensive side of the ball move?
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to get number 10, Tyrese Wolf there. They had a corner fire called, and he got a little bit anxious. And it's a shame they couldn't have got that snap just a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They would have had a free play, but he was kind of unabated to the quarterback there, and so they blow that play dead.
I saw an interior lineman move too.
Yeah, they were some late movement, some stem from the inside, but Wolf was 3 or 4 yards offside, so there were plenty to pick from there. So they get 5 of it back, and here we are back at 3rd and 7.
There we go. From the 40-yard line we go. Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, takes a snap, looks to his left, throws the ball out there, and I think we've got a miscommunication because neither of the receivers out that way were even somewhat ready for a football.
Yeah, the Rams come with an all-out pressure right there, kind of a Vegas blitz, called Vegas blitz there, where they're going to play zero coverage, roll the dice there a little bit. They had everybody up on the line, zero press, man-to-man, and force an errant throw from Maxwell Ward. But you kind of no man's land here on the 40, so the Knights going to go for it.
4th down and about 8 yards to go. Trips to the left. Ward, the man behind the center in the gun, try for another hard count. Nothing moving. And he turns around and gets another play call. He's going to back up a couple steps, so we're going to see him punt the ball.
Quick kick, yeah, it looks like.
Here we go. And it is. The ball's going to land inside the 10-yard line. It's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Bluefield will take over on their own 20-yard line here.
Yeah, so a net gain of 20 yards there, but you'll take it and put the defense back out on the field. They've, again, first series was a quick 3-and-out. The second series ended with a blocked field goal from inside the 5-yard line. So the 2 big plays on that previous series were pass plays from Bluefield. Down the boundary there. I was trying to remember who the young man, Thomas Lee, was that outside receiver. So the defensive staff here from KCU's made an adjustment, and they've put C.J. Cutliff over on Lee. They've flipped corners, so try to take care of that.
Hersich takes the snap, and we've got a handoff. Off tackle to the right side, and we've got a new running back in the game too. Coach, I'm trying to get a number.
I do believe that's James Thomas.
Okay.
5'11", 225-pound freshman running back, giving Gilmore a little bit of a rest.
He's going to get another carry here. He's going to find his way ahead close to a first down. He picked up 8 yards on the first carry, and we've got a gain of 3 yards, so that will move the sticks. That'll bring the ball out to about the 31-yard line of Bluefield.
Yeah. Jamel Sims right there able to squeeze down from his left defensive end position to make that tackle. Not enough to keep him from getting a first down, but
Hersich takes the snap, throws it over to his right. It's caught by Matthew Trevelyan, and he's going to pick up about 13 yards here on first down, moving it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
The Rams have a several really good-looking perimeter receivers. Trevelyan there, a 6'4", 242-pound senior.
And we've got movement here pre-snap. This time, KCU saying it was Bluefield. I saw defenders move, but we got to see who moved first.
Now, I believe we're going to get down Bluefield there.
So that's a positive for KCU. That moves the ball the other way 5 yards. It's going to be first down and 15 yards now.
Yeah, these receivers are going to be a problem all day. Trevelyan, again, 6'4", 242, moves well. He's a matchup problem. Thomas Lee, 6'3", 210-pound. He's a problem, and we still haven't seen Jaquan Ebron, last week's AAC Player of the Week, catch a ball yet.
Not yet. First down, 15 to go. Hersich takes the snap, looks to his right, fires it downfield, and it is caught. This time by Jules Gray. He only had one catch last week for about 13 yards, I think, but a big pickup here. He's going to bring it all the way out to the KCU. Where did he go out of bounds at, Coach? The KCU 38-yard line.
Yep.
So a pickup of 22 yards.
A little smaller body receiver there. Gray only 5'10", 160, but very good hands. Made a kind of twisted his body around there to haul that one in.
Hersich takes the snap. He's got trips to his left. He's under pressure. He's going to tuck it and go. A big spin move and a big pickup here on first down for the quarterback on his feet.
Yep. Nobody open, so he just pulls the ball down and running it, showing some athleticism there, some composure, not trying to force the ball into any bad places.
That's 2 carries now for 12 yards. In college football, they don't count the sacks in rushing yard total, so 12 yards for Hersich. Another handoff here. This one's going to go to James Thomas. He's going to fight his way ahead for a first down. A gain of about, we'll say 6 yards. Brett gets it down to the 22-yard line of KCU now. So Bluefield picking up yards here, just a little bit here and there. Now a big gain on the last play here, Coach. But
yeah, pretty impressed with this Bluefield offense. They've got a nice 1-2 punch at running back between Gilmore and Thomas. They've got big-bodied receivers on the outside. They do a good job of moving those guys around. Hurstich very good with the football. He's able to find the coverage that he likes. But not quite that time.
No, sir. Ball was on the right hash there. He had trips to his left. Tried to get it in the end zone, threw it into coverage, and it's an incomplete pass. That's his second one in a row. He's now 3 of 5 for 67 yards. But here on second down, a little bit of personnel change. We're going to go back 2 trips left. Ball's on the right hash, so trips to the big side of the field. And that number 3 receiver there, Trevillion's a big-body kid.
Yep.
Handoff, nope, not a handoff. Quarterback keeps it himself on a designed run, and he's going to march his way ahead for close to a first down. I think he got about 11 yards there, Coach, so enough for the first down.
Yeah, they use kind of a little small play fake there to the running back, and he leads Hurstich up into the hole right there, kind of get an extra blocker, kind of get the numbers in their advantage as far as being able to block those linebackers.
Yes, sir. Hurstich takes the snap, hands it off again, this time to James Thomas. He gets off tackle, fights his way ahead for positive yards. The ball was on the 11. He got it down to the 7, so that's 4 yards here on first down.
Really nice play there by Ellis Reed, the middle linebacker for the Knights, able to kind of scrape off tackle right there and make that play. A really nice kind of open field tackle there on the big body, number 26 there, Thomas. Again, 5'11", 225-pound, hard-running freshman.
Yes, sir. Ball now on the left hash, a quick pass, and it's tipped and almost caught there. He tried to get over to the number 2 receiver. It's off the hands of the defender. It went up in the air, and Jules Gray almost had it in the end zone, but just out of his reach.
Yeah, just almost caught a little lucky deflection there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too high for Thomas there, the intended receiver on the little quick switch route over on the left. Just a quick catch and throw from Hurstich right there. And Bluefield slowing the pace here just a little bit, trying to make sure they get a good play here on third down.
4:06 to go here in the first quarter. Still scoreless, but the Bluefield Rams knocking on the door of the end zone. Third down and 6 yards to go from the 7. Hurstich takes the snap. He's under pressure, sprints out to his right, throws it to the back corner of the end zone. Wow, into coverage, and it is caught for a touchdown. And that one is caught by that is caught by Jaquan Ebron for a 7-yard touchdown.
Yeah, just we just mentioned earlier that we hadn't seen him catch a pass yet, but he comes down with that one. They moved the pocket there purposefully to give Hurstich a little bit more time and just kind of really lobbed that ball into coverage. 2 or 3 defensive players there around, but not able to come down with a nice catch by Ebron there, and the Rams get on the board first, and they also tack on the extra point.
The kick is good by Dells. That makes it 7-0 here with 4:01 to go. Back in just a moment here in Grayson on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back in Grayson, the kick is on its way, and it's in the air. It's going to land inside the 10-yard line. It's fielded right about the 5-yard line there, and the returner, Jaquan Taylor, hey, he's got some room to run, Coach, in the middle of the field. He's going to bend it all the way back over toward the Bluefield sideline, gets it across midfield, and great field position here. That KCU special team's coming up big, Coach.
Yeah, really nice run there by Caron. Does a really nice job of kind of finding an opening, making one guy miss, got the ball out to the 50-yard line, and a really nice field position here for the Knights. Get it across the 50, actually down to the Ram 48.
So not bad, not bad. The KCU special teams coming up big so far here in this football game. They've just got to get some points on the board now, and they're going to take over at the Bluefield 48-yard line. And here we go. Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, he's going to take the snap, fakes a handoff, another RPO, Coach, and he gets it in the middle of the field to DT Gideon for a big pickup here on first down, more than enough for another first down.
Yeah, that's really a great way to slow that Bluefield Ram rush down a little bit. Do a nice job with the play. You know, he's got the option to hand that ball off, or if those linebackers react to it, he can pull it and throw it in there nice, and he hit Gideon in stride right there for a nice pickup.
Yes, sir. Handoff this time goes to number 1. He's going to get off tackle and go to the right side, gets it all the way over to the sideline inside the 10-yard line, and he's knocked out of bounds at right around the 5-yard line, maybe around the 6-yard line. So a big pickup there on first down is going to get KCU. No, he went out of bounds, I guess, about the 9-yard line, so the ball was on the 32. That's a, what, Coach, 29-yard pickup.
Really nice job of getting those
23.
offensive linemen and getting out in front of him there and able to get some nice.
Takes a snap, fakes a handoff, sprints out to his right, throws it in the back corner of the end zone, and it's overthrown. He tried to get it to VT Taylor, and that one's going to go incomplete.
Yeah, nice decision there by Ward to go with the play fake. Nobody open, throw it away. Second down, no problem with that. No want to force anything here on first down.
So second down and goal from the 9-yard line. KCU offensively knocking on the door of the end zone here after just one series ago. Bluefield puts points on the board, and KCU looking to answer here as Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, getting the signal from Coach Russell. And here we go. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off this time, and getting all the way over to the sideline is number 23. And he picks up a yard, maybe a couple yards here. No, he's going to get it all, so pick up about 4 yards here. And that's going to be set. No, I take that back, Coach. He lost a yard, didn't he?
Yeah,
I was looking at the 5-yard line.
Cameron Arthur, they're the running back, doing all he could do, really. Not much place to go, bounce it outside. Able to get to the boundary there, but just really nowhere to go. So big third down here for the Rams, or excuse me, for the Knights.
Ward.
Rams showing pressure.
Ball's on the left hash. KCU trying a hard count again there. It's not working this time. And getting a new play call, and here we go. Ward sending the receiver in motion from left to right. The ball is bobbled around on the snap, and I believe, yeah, we've got a turnover here, Coach. A fumble, and Bluefield's coming away with it.
Yeah, that's number 56, Dylan Wall, linebacker, 5'11", 180. Johnny on the spot right there for the Rams.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, so the Rams, the Knights send a guy in motion there, and they actually snap the ball, and the ball hits the guy coming in jet motion right there, and then just another squandered opportunity. That's a self-inflicted wound there from the Knights after a nice putting together a nice kickoff return and then a nice drive that ends in a fumble.
Bluefield's going to take over deep in their own territory. Hersich takes it, hands it off up the middle of the field. It's going to be James Thomas, and he's going to fight his way ahead for a couple yards here on first down, making it second and 7, we'll say, from around the 18-yard line.
You know, Thomas hits it up in there, and it looks initially like he's not getting very much, but he just keeps those legs going.
Yep.
He's a powerful kid, big, thick thighs, big arms, and he just hits up in there and gets some yardage.
Here we go, a long pass down the field, overthrown. Hersich tried to get it out in front of Thomas Lee, and if he would have put the ball in the right place, it was a very catchable situation, but it was thrown all the way over to the KCU sideline, third down.
Yeah, C.J. Cutliff there doing a nice job of kind of using his body, staying in phase with the receiver there and kind of pushing him toward the boundary. Really didn't leave Hersich much room to drop it in there. Would have taken a perfectly thrown ball to complete that one. So ever since they flipped C.J. over here on Thomas, they've been able to take him away. We'll see if that continues.
Trips to the left, ball's on the right hash. Hersich takes the snap, throws a little screen to number 2, Matthew Trevelyan, and he's brought down after maybe a couple yards, but good job there in pursuit by the KCU defense, not allowing much.
Yeah, that's a really nice inside-out pursuit there by Justin Lewis. And when he got there, man, he arrived with bad intentions.
Yeah, buddy.
That was a really good tackle right there, very hard tackle, because you better bring it when you're going to tackle Thomas Lee. Now, that's a big cat again.
Yeah.
Or Trevelyan rather. He's 6'4".
Yep.
240 pounds, and he's not coming down easy.
And he can move too. He's a receiver for a reason.
That's right.
The punt's in the air, up a high punt. It's going to cross midfield and drop at about the 35-yard line. Richmond Sims takes it, gets it all the way over, almost to the Bluefield sideline. And coach, one man to beat there. It was number 12. I'm going to say that is Jaden Gorenflo, and a shoestring tackle in midfield, and if it wasn't for that, he was off to the races again.
Yeah, Sims did a nice job fielding that ball. It's so important to field those punts, not letting them hit on this turf and rolling another 15 or 20 yards, so it saves you several first downs. Sims with a really nice catch, and the return is a bonus. And Sims only 5'9", 180 pounds, and he's already got 2 nice punt returns for the Knights tonight.
So KCU takes over on their own 42-yard line. Ball's on the left hash. We've got a receiver in motion from left to right, but we've got on first down a handoff. This one's going to go to Gilmore. He's going to fight ahead, and he's still not down. The pile's moving forward. KCU getting the push there, and a good gain here on first down under 30 seconds now to go in the quarter, and Bluefield ahead 7-0. It's going to be second down and 2 yards to go from the midfield.
Yeah, good to see those big guys up front pulling around, able to lead the way for the running back right there, Rippert. From his right tackle position, pulling up in that B gap on the we used to call that joker. A lot of wing T guys call that joker, or sometimes a GT counter.
So on second down here, clock's going to expire. We got another RPO, and this one's going to be thrown way downfield, and it's overthrown incomplete here for the end of the first quarter. Your score is going to be 7-0. KCU trails Bluefield on homecoming. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back here in Grayson. That was my fault there. Technical difficulties. But we're back. Start of the second quarter, 7-0. Bluefield leads. And Coach, KCU, of course, the field flip. You look at the change. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? Because we're right at midfield. It kind of looks. But nonetheless, KCU in pretty good position here on third down, 3rd and 2. And they got to get some points on the board.
Yeah, it's been a fast-paced first quarter, a lot of excitement. Only 7 points on the board for Rams, but KCU's shown the ability to move the ball both on the ground, through the air. They'll move the pocket right here and find Sims open in the flat.
Yes, sir, and he's off to the races, Coach. You see right there, he's got the potential to get the ball downfield in a hurry.
Yeah. Sims a nice job there out in the flat, a little play fake. They move Ward out to the right, and again, that's Richmond Sims right there, and he's listed 5'9", 180, but I'm not sure he's 5'9", 180. That may be embellished just a little bit, but nevertheless, really good hands. He's done a nice job on punt returns. He's got one catch today, and he can get the ball up the field. He's an electric-looking player.
Football's on the right hash. The wingback goes in motion from right to left, and it's going to be another handoff. This one's up the middle. He bounces outside. That's Josh Traylor, and he's brought down by several defenders there, number one being Trimail Cash, the DB there. But on first down, we've got a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, the KCU line looking. I think they look a little more in sync today than I've seen them in the past. They're doing a nice job of getting on guys. The pass protection has been pretty solid, so it's good to see those guys playing well here early in the game.
Ward in the pistol this time. It's going to be a handoff. Nope, a fake. He got me. It's going to be a sprint out pass to Owen Hankins, who's got some room to run, but the ball's knocked out of his hands and into the hands of a defender who's got some room to run as well. That's who is that, Coach? That's Tremail Cash again, and another turnover for KCU. That's 3 here in the first half.
Yeah, a really nice play. Jake got just what he wanted right there. They've run the ball successfully enough that the play action is really effective. Ward kind of boots out to the right and had a nice play there, but Tremail Cash kind of Johnny on the spot. That ball never hit the ground. The hit was made. The ball popped up in the air.
Yep.
He caught it on the run, was able to return it for about 10 yards, and the Rams will take over on the 30.
That's right. Here we go. It's going to be first down and 10 yards to go from their own 30-yard line for Bluefield. And a handoff and great pursuit here in the backfield. Brought down for a loss is Gilmore on first down. That's going to make it second down and 11 yards to go.
It looked like Sparrow, Xavier Sparrow for the Knights. The numbers are very difficult to see.
Yeah.
Just the red numbers on the black jersey. It's very difficult. They get wrinkled up. It's very difficult to see. Like to get everybody's name called when we can. But
Hersich takes the snap, throws it over to his right on a slant route. That's Jules Gray, who picks up about 12 yards here on second down, and that moves the chains.
Hurstich's really impressive. He's able to throw the ball off a lot of different platforms there. That time he kind of dropped down sidearm and slung that slant in there and hit Gray right in the chest on the slant.
Ball's on the 41-yard line here. Ball's on the right hash, and we've got trips to the short side of the field over toward the KCU sideline on the right for Bluefield. Hersich takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, and finds his receiver. That's Gray again, who's going to bend it back all the way across the field, and he's brought down on the numbers over on the other side of the field after a big gain on first down. Gets the ball down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Hurstich really feeling it right now. He's definitely got some rhythm. They got a little connection there with Gray, and that was the tackle had to be made there by JR all the way on the far side of the field.
Hersich takes the snap. This time he's going to hand it off to Verbal, who fights his way ahead for a pickup of 4 yards on first down. And that last pass, Coach, put Nathan Hersich over 100 yards here in the first half.
Yeah, he's looked really sharp today. He's been very accurate with the ball. That's also the third running back we've seen in the game for the Rams. I love Bryce Variable listed as utility player.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. 6'1", 200-pound senior, been around for that program for a while, and so they got a stable of running backs and a bunch of good-looking receivers, and they're giving the Rams defense everything they can handle. So giving the Knights defense everything they can handle right now.
We had a down player there, a defensive player for KCU, but he makes his way off the field on his own accord, so that's good. Second's down, 6 yards to go. Both teams over on their respective sidelines, Coach, and Bluefield moving the football again.
Yeah, and the difference in the game right now is just the turnovers by the KCU offense.
Sure.
The KCU has shown the ability to move the ball up and down the field as well as the Rams have.
Right.
So we need it, but Rams on the move again here, and going to need another big stop here as they've got it 2nd and 5.
Clock's down to 12 minutes here. Second down, as Coach mentioned, and 5 yards to go. Hersich takes the snap, throws it into the end zone, now almost to the end zone, and it's caught. Jules Gray there with a great move, a stop move, and he cuts back and takes it into the end zone for a 21-yard touchdown pass for Bluefield.
Yeah, a little switch release by those two outside receivers. They caught KCU in a blitz playing straight man-to-man. They get a switch release and just not able to stay up with Gray right there. Made a really nice catch adjusting to the ball. Hurst is just putting the ball up and giving him a chance to make a play. Underthrown just a little bit, but he did a good job of coming back for it and then kind of jumped his way into the end zone there from about the 2-yard line.
PA tees up. And it is good. That makes the score 14-0. Bluefield leads Kentucky Christian University here on homecoming Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
On the kickoff. I'm going to quit doing that eventually. The touchback on the kickoff here to start things out for KCU offensively. They'll be on the 20-yard line coming out with 11:55 to go here in the second quarter, Coach. And got to get the ball, got to get some points on the board.
Yeah, we have shown the ability to move the ball up and down the field.
That's
We've had the ball in the Rams territory several times. We just a few turnovers. So we got to hang on to the football and get something going here and get in the end zone. Got to get the ball in the black here.
Ward takes the snap. He hands it off this time and trying to find his way. He goes toward the short side of the field and then bends it back. Devontae Williams, the carrier, and he's brought down the backfield. Just too many defenders in the area. Right?
Yeah, a little stretch play right there. Yeah. Just trying to find a way to pick a hole right there, trying to get the defense moving laterally along with you. The offensive line not trying to displace those guys on that play.
Sure.
But the Rams do a good job of kind of maintaining their gaps. The Rams playing a kind of a 3-down look right now, and they're very athletic up front. Their linebackers do a good job of staying in there.
Another RPO play on second down, and a pass that's caught and some yards after catch, a few yards after contact there. A good heads-up play here by Maxwell Ward. Had the opportunity to hand the ball off, decided to throw it downfield to Lynn Daly, or Rucker Daly, excuse me, and he picks up big yards here, gets it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Talin showing some guts right there, coming over the middle, reaching up and snagging that ball out of the air, kind of put out in front of him a little bit where he could kind of grab it and get some yards after the catch, and the Knights with another first down.
1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Another RPO and another catch here. This one's going to go to another receiver. That's Keon Smith, who gets it down a gain of about 8 yards down the KCU sideline, but I do see a flag behind the ball.
Yeah, they'd shown the stretch play earlier in the game, so they faked the stretch and kind of come back with the wide receiver screen right there. They get some of the linemen on the backside out in front of him. We might have a situation where we have ineligible downfield. So that unfortunately, I'm not going to put on the lineman. I'm going to put that on Maxwell. He's got to make sure that he completes that ball behind the line of scrimmage, because those linemen there on the left, you got big number 51, C.J. Deals, 6'1", 270 pounds, trying to get out there and get that block. And so that ball's got to be completed behind the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, kind of threw it up the field a little too far.
Right.
And so those linemen were downfield, and so that's the line, then it's not a penalty.
1st and 15, Ward takes a snap, fakes a handoff, throws it out on an out route, tries to get it over there to Austin Mullins, but good job there by Bluefield pass coverage there, knocking the ball away.
Yeah, Mikael Banks there on the coverage for the Bluefield Rams, playing his outside linebacker position there, really on the hip of the receiver there, did a nice job. Very small window to get that ball in there.
That's right. So now 2nd down and 15 yards to go after the penalty on what could have potentially been a little momentum breaker there on a big play on 1st down. Nonetheless, a handoff. It's going to go this time to number 24. That is Karan Taylor, who gets over to the Bluefield sideline for a decent gain here on 2nd down, but not quite enough for the 1st down, a gain of about 7 yards, so that's going to make it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, so after the penalty, to get it back into a 3rd and 8, is a nice job there by the KCU offense, able to get a little room on the perimeter.
Third down and 8 yards to go. Trips to the left, ball's on the right hash, and we've got another hard count attempted here. Nobody moving. Good discipline here, shown here from the Bluefield defense and the KCU offense. Sitting in there when they go through that cadence like that. It's kind of a big deal sometimes. Maxwell Ward tries to get it downfield, and the contact made on the catch. KCU wanted a flag, none thrown. So fourth down, incomplete pass.
Tyrese Wolf, have called his name a couple times today, covering there on the slant route, and I believe that's going to force the Knights to go ahead and punt this ball away.
Yep, I think you're right. Ignacio, the punter, we see Ignacio sometimes. We see Paul Rodriguez out there sometimes punt the ball, but seems as though as of late, Rodriguez the kicker, Ignacio the punter, and he does a great job punting the ball down the field. So 9:51 to go. KCU trails Bluefield 14-0, and the punt's in the air. It's going to land about the 16-yard line, bounce to the 10-yard line, and that's where a decent little return there with runners or defenders in his face. That is Kadarius Finazzi. Yeah, so I'd say that one again. It's PH too, not F. Finazzi.
Now look, nice.
He got a few yards there, about 6-7 yards on the return.
Yeah, brought down there by Tedrick McGee from KCU, able to get down and get just enough of him to bring him down. And so they pin him inside the 20, so the Knights do a decent job of flipping the field position here. A big stop and a chance to get the ball back would be big for the Knights.
Yes, sir. On first down, Hersich takes the snap, throws a little screen route to the number 2 receiver on the right-hand side. That's Jules Gray, I do believe. Yes, sir. And he catches it and gets a pretty decent return here gain here on first down, a gain of about 7 yards.
Hersich, nice job again. Kind of drops down sidearm and throws that screen out there really quick.
On 2nd and 3, we've got a handoff to the left side, and the ball carrier is going to be James Thomas. He fights his way ahead for a gain of 4 and a first down for Bluefield. I mentioned earlier, Coach, Jules Gray, I was looking at the stats from last week for Bluefield. Jules Gray had 1 catch for, I think, 13 or 16 yards. He's already got here tonight 5 catches for 78 yards. He's been a big contributor, and that just goes to show how deep Bluefield is at that receiver position.
Absolutely. They've got 4 or 5 guys that can all really play out there on the perimeter.
Hersich takes the snap. He's got trips to his right, and he's going to take off and run under some pressure, gets enough for the first down, and does the smart thing for a quarterback to do, gets out of bounds on his own sideline after a gain of about 11 yards.
That's really frustrating for a defense right there. They've had a hard time covering those guys down the field, but they did a really good job of locking them up right there. There wasn't anybody open, but then he's able to pull the ball down and scramble enough for a first down. That's really frustrating on a defense.
Yeah, no question about that. 1st and 10. Hersich takes the snap, gives it over to Thomas, and a big hit there on the tackle after a gain of 4 yards there for Thomas. Coach, who was that on the tackle?
Brian Hughes coming up there, DB coming up from his safety position, really making a nice stick there. 5'8", 205 pounds. Came with brought his shoulder.
Yeah,
really,
Brian, he's a man among men for sure.
He is.
Hersich takes the snap, and another great hit there on the tackle. That's Jules Gray, and he catches the pass, but it's going to be caught for a loss of about a yard. And who was that, Coach?
Desmond Daly coming from the corner right there. So they run the inside receiver slot, and Gray had his head turned, and Desmond read the play, jumped it really quick, and just about the time that Gray turned around, Daly got him right in the midsection. A really good, hard, but clean hit. He did not leave his helmet, put his shoulder right in the midsection, and broke up that pass, and a little excitement from the KCU defense. A couple of nice hits there on back-to-back plays from the KCU defense. First Hughes and then Daly.
Yeah, and Jules Gray being saw to by the training staff here, a little slow to get up. I think it might have knocked the breath out of him there.
Yeah, understandably there. He took a shot to the midsection, and I'm sure it did knock the breath out of him there. But he's up and kind of jogging off, and obviously a tough young man because he took a shot.
So we've got 3rd down and 7 yards to go here. Ball is on the Bluefield 44-yard line. Seemed like most of this game has been played right here close to midfield.
Yeah, back and forth kind of with, a lot of it here, like you said, around midfield. A few times Bluefield's been able to get down in the red zone, but a big play here late in the first half. Be nice to get the Rams off the field here on third down.
Yes, sir, no doubt about it. Third down and about 7 yards to go. Hersich takes the snap, looks way downfield, tries to get it out there to Thomas Lee. And, Coach, did he catch it?
He did catch it, but I believe they're going to call him out of bounds.
Yeah.
It was really, really close. He kind of had to spin around, and a well-placed ball by Hersich right there, able to kind of spin Lee around. He reached back over his left shoulder, and he wasn't able to keep a foot on the ground as he made that catch, and I think he landed on his back out of bounds right there. Really a fine catch, a really great catch, but just not able to stay in bounds.
So it's going to be 4th down and 7 yards to go here, and the punter's on the field for Bluefield. That is Joey Dales. And back deep to return again is Richmond Sims, and he's had a couple good ones here tonight so far. It punts in the air. It's going to be he's going to kick it over toward the sideline. Sims picks it up right inside the 20, makes a couple moves, gets it out to about the 31-yard line. So a decent return here again, and it gives KCU a lot better field position.
Yeah, absolutely. The punter there, Joey Dales, making a concerted effort not to kick that right to Sims there, and he had to pick it up on the hop and just get what he could out of it. But by doing that, picking that ball up on the hop, you go from having the ball around the 31-yard line. If he had not done that, ball might have been inside the 10. So that's a big play to field those punts.
Absolutely. KCU's going to take over on their own 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Got a wing back to the right as well, and a running back offset to the right of Ward. He's going to hand the ball off to his left, and getting it all the way over to the KCU sideline is number 22, Josh Traylor, and he fights his way ahead for a decent gain. A pretty good pickup here for the KCU offense on first down, 6 yards.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds there by the right corner, Marique Banks. A little bit of wolfing going on that boundary over there, but a nice early pickup there, first down pickup.
Ward takes the snap, another handoff, this one right up the middle of the formation, and Traylor, the ball carrier, fights his way ahead for a good gain here, gets it out to the 45-yard line.
Trevon Jenkins there from his linebacker position. Got a full head of speed right there from Traylor. Traylor got up under his pads right there and pushed him back, and he made the tackle, but he paid for it too. A good hard run there by Traylor.
First down and 10 from the 45-yard line of KCU. Maxwell Ward sends one receiver in motion from right to left, then hands it off to his left. Josh Traylor, the ball carrier again, and he marches his way ahead for another 7-yard gain.
Yeah, I got to give some credit right there to C.J. Deals with a really, really nice block. The left tackle from KCU on the nice down block opened that hole up, and they're getting 5, 6, 8 yards of crack right here. Time really not an issue yet. Still 5:50 on a running clock. Plenty of time as they move the ball into Rams territory.
How big is it for KCU to get some points on the board here?
Oh, this would be, especially that early decision to go ahead and kick off, to defer. If you could score here and get the ball back in the second half, really big.
A handoff up the middle. Contact made in the backfield. The ball carrier Traylor, and he fights his way ahead after initial contact and drags the defender with him. A gain of, we'll say, 2.5 yards.
Yeah, Sam Kirtley coming out of his linebacker their position in a nice little run-down blitz, and able to make contact in the backfield, but Traylor able to drag him along and get him in a 3rd and short.
On 3rd and 1, Ward goes through his cadence, tries for another hard count, nothing doing there.
And that hard count serves a couple of purposes. Not only just to try to see if you could get a free 5 right there, but it also allows the KCU coaches to kind of see what they're going to do on defense and get a good play called.
Ball snapped when the play clock's down to about 4, and the handoff goes to the right. Look, I think that's Devontae Williams who fights ahead for a yard. It was 3rd and 1. He got a yard. It's close, but I don't see a signal yet.
Yeah, it was really tight. I think they're going to mark him just short. They go with the stretch play to Devontae, and he picks a hole, but not able to pick up the first down. So a big decision here for Jake Russell. I don't think it's going to be all that big a decision, to be honest with you, Coach, or Chauncey. I think that they're probably going to keep the offense on the field right here and go for this.
Yep, I'm with you. And Devontae Williams, the down player on the field, a little pile up there on the tackle, and he was, of course, on the bottom of it and still down. But, Coach, you said you don't think it's going to be a shocker of a decision here that they're going to go for it, and I'm with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's back up now. Good deal. He's making his way off. Not going to speculate on the injury, but thoughts and prayers go to him. In a little bit of pain there, but the KCU training staff does a great job out here in Grayson.
Yeah, they've been pretty successful with the offensively speaking with the counter play, the guard tackle counter.
That's what I was getting to. Yeah,
they've run that pretty well. They've also run the inside kind of an isolation play with the H-back leading up in there a couple of times today. So something downhill, straight ahead here. We'll see. KCU again probably not going to get under center. A lot of people would like to see quarterback under center, a quarterback sneak from this short of just inches away from a first down, but they're going to snap it back 5 yards, running back in the pistol.
Yep.
Rams with everybody up with everybody within a couple yards of the ball.
Handoff is going to go to Traylor. He bounces it over to the right-hand side, and he's hit hard right about the line of scrimmage. I don't know that he got enough for the first down. We're going to find out. KCU says he does.
I think he's got it, Coach. It's going to be really close. That was Sam Kirtley, the Rams linebacker, coming up there and putting the lick on him. But I think it's going to be really close. With the ball spotted right, the nose of the ball on the 45-yard line. I'd hate to speculate from this far away, but if I had to bet, I'm going to say the Knights are going to get it here by about a half a football.
They're bringing the chains out to measure, and we're going to find out here momentarily. And, Coach, first down KCU.
Yeah.
That's a big deal here. That's a big deal in this situation. 4:34 on the clock before the half. And as you mentioned, of course, if they drive it down and score here, they'll get the ball back after halftime.
Yeah. So couple of big series right here, a couple of big plays coming up.
Sure, and there's a lot of football before all that happens.
Absolutely.
I understand that.
That's right. Still 45 yards away from getting this thing in the black down there in the end zone. So we'll see what they do.
Maxwell Ward with two receivers to his left, one to his right, a wing back to the right who's going to go in motion to the left. Ward takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looks downfield, middle of the field, tries to get one into Austin Mullins. The pass was low. Mullins tried to go after it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the response here by Bluefield. They've kind of went from a 3-down look earlier to they've been giving up some running yardage, so they brought in a couple other guys, and they're playing a 4-down with a little heavier package. They're really not covering up the number 2 receiver on either side, especially since they haven't been able to complete many of those passes. That's why you saw the slant route right there, and you can see Bluefield here kind of spreading out a little more here on second down, back to 3 down, and they blitz.
It'll be a handoff this time to Richmond Sims, who gets the edge and picks up some yards here on second down. Not enough for a first, but a good gain, 8 yards here on the running play. And Sims, again, shows his foot speed there, getting the edge and getting over to the KCU sideline.
Yeah, really nice play to have the jet called on an inside blitz right there. The line able to pick up those gaps. And when you blitz like that, you kind of lose the pursuit, and that's why the jet sweep's able to pick up some yardage. And another big third down here. You got to figure they got 2 downs to get it.
Sure. Third down and 2 yards to go here for KCU. Ball's on the left hash, trips to the right. And a running back to the left of Ward. He's going to shovel pass it over to the left, we'll say, to Traylor. And he marches it over toward the KCU sideline, Coach, for a pickup of, we'll say, 4 yards. and a first down KCU.
Little speed option look there from KCU. Hadn't seen that yet.
I said shovel pass because it was almost he took the ball, defender in his face, and boom, it was there.
Yeah, and make it, a lot of times when they're pitching to the left right there, that's a tough pitch with your left hand, so they'll teach those guys to almost chest pass that.
Sure.
Basketball style chest pass.
And that's what it was. Yeah,
and that's what it was. But the important thing was he got it out the trailer there, and he got enough for the first down.
Absolutely. 2-by-2 set, balls on the left hash. Ward takes the snap, drops back under heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss of 6 yards.
Yeah,
the pocket just collapsed there, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, good pressure there from Bluefield. That's the first time we've really seen them able to get home. I think that's the first sack of the game so far. Number 99 there, Jackson Charlton, able to get in and get a sack there off of coming off that left edge of the Knights line.
Second down, 16 yards to go. Running back goes in motion. The wing back does. Ward takes it, steps back, a design screen play, and it's completed behind the line, so a loss of 2 more yards. Catching the football there was number 45. That's Terrence Carter, but third and long.
Stephen McCall able to sniff that out, did a really nice job. They bring 4 and pressure 3 down. They add one of the linebackers to the pressure, but McCall stays home, and he's got the back in that situation. Did a nice job of beating the block by Deals and able to wrap him up and set up this third and really long situation.
Third down, 17 yards to go from the 42-yard line. Ball's on the left hash, and we've got another penalty here on the Knights. Looked like one of the receivers over here on the KCU sideline got a little bit ahead of himself, and a false start's going to make it third down and 22 yards to go.
Lavelle Henry there getting a little bit anxious. You hate to see your receivers jump off sides. Those guys are taught basically like defensive linemen, just to look inside and see the ball and go off that ball movement. That in some of the bigger stadiums anyway. And crowd noise really not a problem here in this game or in most high school, but a lot of those guys, they should be looking in at the ball there.
Third down, the ball is on the 47. They've got to get it down to the 19. And here we go. Ward takes it, tries to get it out there, and we've got an interception and a flag, Coach. And I feel like this one may be coming back. What do you think?
Yeah, you hate to see him wasting all this time on the clock on this return, because this is definitely going to be called back as one of the Ram linebackers was holding the receiver down the seam right there. Pretty obvious. Everybody here in the stadium could see that flag coming. Be interesting to see where they actually call holding before the ball's in the air or pass interference.
Sure.
We'll see which one they go with.
What's the difference in yards on those?
The holding call is going to be just a 10-yard call, whereas the pass interference is going to get you 15, and that's what it is.
So that's a big deal here because it was third down and 23 yards to go, and now we've got a first down.
Yeah. That'll be an automatic first down to go along with the pass interference, and just what the Knights needed. But time is now a factor as they've run this thing down to almost a minute on the clock.
It's going to be first and 10 with 1:05 on the clock from the 32-yard line of Bluefield. KCU takes over here. Ward's going to be in the pistol, 2-by-2 set, and a running back behind him. He takes the snap, fakes a handoff, and it's going to be another jet play. This one intended again for Richmond Sims on the little bubble route, but it's going to go incomplete.
Yeah, interesting call there. They fake the jet with Sims. They fake the inside zone with Trader, then try to flip it back out to Sims there in the flat, see if he can get some yardage. KCU, with all their timeouts, they still got 3 timeouts, still got a minute.
Only burnt 3 seconds off there.
Only burnt 3 seconds. So they got plenty of time here if they can get this get it in the end zone here like we talked about. Even if we can get in field goal range here, getting 3 points would be a big deal at this point.
Absolutely. Second down, 10 yards to go. And here we go. 2-by-2 set, balls on the left hash. And the running back in the game is number 45. And under pressure, Ward tries to get it over to him. 45, that's Terrence Carter, And off of his hands, but the contact's made as the ball touches his fingertips.
Yeah, Quincy Robinson, the defensive end there from Bluefield, able to supply the pressure. Quincy, 6'3", 235-pound, coming around, doing a nice job pass rush there. Not able to get him blocked. Probably just as well that we dropped the little pass there. He was just trying to dump it off to the running back.
Sure.
But probably just as well saved ourselves a timeout for basically for no yardage there. So still 3rd and 10, 56 seconds left. Again, probably have to move in to get the ball around the 20-yard line to be comfortable from field goal range. So
that's right.
Probably going to need another at least 12 yards for a comfortable field goal. Obviously, I would like to get the ball in the end zone if you could, but now it's just a matter of trying to pick up a first down and get into that field goal range.
As both teams make their way back out after the downed Bluefield Ram makes his way back over the sideline on his own accord. And with 56 seconds to go here, it's going to be 3rd down and 10 yards to go from the 32-yard line. And KCU trails by 14 points. Ball's on the left hash. 2-by-2 set for Maxwell Ward, who takes the snap, sprints out to his right, and he completes a pass in open field after a missed tackle. All the way, they're going to get it all the way down inside the 10. That's V.T. Taylor, who made a great move there right after making that catch, made the defender miss, and got several yards after the catch, Coach.
Yeah, did a nice job of getting down the boundary, made the first guy miss, and then does a good job of getting out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Again, still able to save a timeout, get that clock stopped, still 48 seconds. Now they're thinking getting in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Your whole thought process changes with that kind of field position shift.
Absolutely. The Rams really dropped off deep right there, and so the underneath route able to come free, and Maxwell does a nice job of getting him the ball and allowing him to make the yards after the catch.
Ball's on the right hash. Sims goes in jet motion, almost gets hit with the snap again. And then we've got a touchdown, Coach, on a slant route from Ward to D.T. Gideon, his first catch of the football game, and it's a good one here. An 11-yard touchdown pass, and that puts KCU on the board, Coach, with 44 seconds to go before the half, and then they get the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, really nice play design there. They're able to fake the jet to Richmond Sims. When he comes in jet motion, now that guy, that's really a jet motion. He is full speed when he comes through there. They timed it up really well with the snap. Little bit of fake there, and that held Therese Wolf's eyes just a little bit and allowed Gideon to get inside of him on the slant.
And the PAT's blocked, so that means with 44 seconds to go before the half, your score, KCU still down, but it's 14-6. Bluefield leads. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
In Grayson, 44 seconds before the half, and KCU on the scoreboard. 14-6, Bluefield still leads. And, Coach, it would be a big deal to hold them to no more scores here, because after halftime, KCU gets the football back.
Yeah, absolutely. So 44 seconds left, so all they got to do is make a play here on special teams, keep everything in front of them.
Rams
will fair catch that. Smart play there by the Rams and the college football. That'll bring the fair catch inside the 20 there. Will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line.
And the fair catch was about 6 inches inside the 20.
Yeah.
We've got a flag here. What was that?
From that position, I'm going to say that probably offsides on the kickoff.
Okay.
And the Rams will have the choice to make them kick it again, or they can take that on the they can just add that on to the end of the run there, end of the fair catch. So that might bring the ball out to the 30.
Okay. And they're going to re-kick it.
Yeah, they're going to make them re-kick it, interestingly enough.
That one does kind of surprise me.
Yeah, I thought they might just take the ball there. But obviously, they've got some really good skilled kids back there, and maybe they're just hoping that KCU kicks it back there. They got several guys that can break a kickoff return. They want to get the ball in their hands.
Thomas Lee's back deep, and it looks like Christian Wood, the other receiver back there, he's not had a catch yet this game. He's a 5'8" redshirt freshman, and Bluefield pretty deep at that receiver position.
Yeah, they are. Just to kind of go back to the touchdown there a minute for the Knights. Really nice design there by the offensive staff, able to draw some attention with Richmond Sims coming in that jet motion. Everybody trying to respect that. They do a good job making the Rams look at that, and then getting able to get behind Wolf there on the slant. Did a nice job of getting himself open, and a really well-positioned ball there by Ward for the connection to get in the end zone.
Yes, sir. Rodriguez kick from the 30 this time is going to drop right about the same, actually about 3 yards deeper. But it's filled this time by Lee, and he's got room to run down that Bluefield sideline. He's off to the races, one man to beat, and he does so inside the 10-5 touchdown, Bluefield.
And there's why you kick it again.
Yep, that's right.
And there's why you make that decision to kick it again. We just talked about the skilled guys that they've got back there. And Thomas Lee, again, a 6'3", 210-pound sophomore, bringing that thing all the way back for a touchdown for the Rams. And that is a real deflator for that KCU. They had the fair catch, but someone was offsides. So really a self-inflicted penalty there. No reason to be offsides on the kickoff, but it ends up costing them 6 points for now, maybe one more.
The PAT is up, and it splits. No, it does not. It's wide, I believe, wide to the left. So your score, Bluefield 20, KCU 6. Back after this. No, wait a minute. What do we got going on here, Coach? We're going to keep it right here. I don't want to miss something.
Yeah, we'll see. I do not see a flag on the field.
I don't either, but nobody's leaving the field, and the referees are talking.
Yeah. KCU coming back out on the field. We'll see here. Illegal substitution.
Okay.
Got an illegal sub on KCU, so that means that the Rams will get to retry the point after.
Will they move it up to the 1.5?
Most likely.
Yeah, they're doing so now. They're bringing it halfway to the goal, so
yeah.
Then it looks like the PAT team staying out, the field goal unit for Bluefield, so they'll get a chance again to tack one more point on.
Yeah, another penalty that's going to cost them, probably going to cost them a point here.
Yep. So here we go. The kick is up. And this time it's good. So your score with 32 seconds before the half, Bluefield 21, KCU 6. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
Coach Brent Terry, Chauncey Griffith back here with you, and I'm going to quit doing that eventually. That's totally my fault. And we've got a touchback here on the kickoff from Bluefield, so KCU will take over on their own 20-yard line here with 32 seconds to go before the half.
Yeah, so just a couple of deflating plays there for KCU. They really fight and scratch and claw to kind of get themselves down the field and get in position to score a touchdown. And they get it done with about 44 seconds on the clock to miss the extra point to make it a 14-6 game.
Yep.
And then they kick off. Bluefield fair catches it, but someone from KCU's offsides, and that ends up costing KCU. They have to re-kick it. Bluefield chooses to re-kick it. They kick it to Thomas Lee, who goes 86 yards down the left sideline for the touchdown to make it eventually a 21-6 game. So we'll see whether the Knights can try to get something on the board here with only 32 seconds. But they do have 3 timeouts.
Yes, sir. Ward takes a snap. Got plenty of time. Finds Richmond Sims over in the flats, who shakes off one tackler and gets it all the way down to the 44-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout KCU here with 26.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, Sims on the nice crossing route right there, and Tyrese Wolf lined up for a kill shot right there, and he popped him pretty good, but Sims stayed on his feet, and Tyrese Wolf went to his knees there. Yeah. He kind of took the worst of that shot. Sims bounces off for another 5 or 6 yards, and quick timeout, and got the ball out to the 43-yard line with 26 seconds left, and we'll see again. I'm sure that they'll stay in attack mode here, trying to get something going.
No doubt. Coach, some scores from around college football. Looks like with 8:28 to go before the half, Florida, number 20 Florida leads number 11 Tennessee 14-10. With 4:35 to go in the second quarter, looks like number 22 ranked Texas Longhorns on top of Texas Tech 17-14. And a little shocker there, you pointed out a second ago, Middle Tennessee with 10:33 to go in the second quarter. Middle Tennessee leads number 25 Miami 24-3.
Yeah, a little surprising right there. Boys down Murfreesboro, Tennessee, represent, or Middlesboro. Yeah, Middlesboro, Tennessee,
it's representing one of those boroughs,
got Conference USA out in front of the Hurricanes after their tough loss to Texas A&M last week.
2-by-2 set for KCU. Ward takes the ball out of the gun on the right hash under pressure, and he's brought down in the backfield. In on that sack was Harold Griffin, the big defensive lineman there. And
Harold able to turn the corner there on CJ and get a nice sack, and that forces another timeout, forces them to use their second timeout.
Yep. So that's sack number 2 of the football game for the Bluefield defense, and it comes here with 21 seconds to go before the half. And by all intents and purposes, we thought it was going to be 14-6 at halftime, and then Bluefield comes out and houses a kickoff return and goes up again by 2 scores here, Coach.
Yeah.
And
KCU, you're in a tough spot right here. You want to be aggressive. You're behind the chain, second down. 15 yards to go. You want to stay aggressive, but also you're still in the football game. You've shown the ability to move the ball. They know they can get it in the end zone, even though it's a very stingy Bluefield defense. They only gave up 10 points last week to Union. They've only given up 6 points in this half here to KCU, but they've shown the ability to do it. So, but by staying aggressive, also you risk in this field position throwing an interception or turning the ball over and putting Bluefield in a chance to get another score. So nothing silly right here. Bluefield going to try to keep everything in front of them. They're only going to rush 3, it looks like. They're playing a 2-deep shell. So Max just got to stay patient right here and not force the ball.
And he's under heavy pressure on second down and 15. I don't know if somebody got a hand on it in there or if he just turned loose of it as he was being sacked, but incomplete pass.
Yeah,
third and 15.
Looked like they might have had a little shovel draw called right there, and he flipped it underhanded there under heavy pressure. It looked looked like a dangerous play there.
Yeah, as you were saying, don't force the ball anywhere.
Kind of bouncing around there. We're kind of fortunate maybe one of those big D linemen from Bluefield didn't grab a hold of that. So third down and long here, 17 seconds. Rams with several guys deep playing really a shell defense, an umbrella defense. Corners backed off, safeties deep. Only rushing 3.
Trips to the left, Ward under pressure again. He's able to flip it up to Cameron Arthur, who gets some positive yardage, gets out of bounds on the KCU sideline after a pickup of around 5 yards. So it's going to be 4th down and 10 for KCU from their own 43-yard line. And, Coach, what do you do here?
Well, you almost wish that he hadn't got out of bounds right there, and you could have let the clock run out. But it's going to bring up 4th down and 9. And really, I think you got to punt this football probably. But it looks like KCU is going to go for it. But it's 4th and 10. If you don't get it, you're going to give the Rams a shot from inside your own territory.
Sure. 2-by-2 set on the left hash for KCU. 4th down, 10 yards to go here as Ward takes the snap under pressure again. Sprints out a little bit to his left. Finds Sims in the flats. Sims gets it almost enough for a first down, about 9 yards, but he's knocked out of bounds at the Bluefield 48. And, Coach, I don't think he has the first down.
No, I think he's going to be just short, out of bounds over there on the far side, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. But they were able to kill about 7 or 8 seconds of that clock there and put it down to just outside of 2 seconds left here in the half. So hopefully KCU can defend these 2 seconds. We'll see whether they were able to pick up a few yards there, so they didn't leave the ball in their own territory at least.
Sure.
But KCU will be in obviously a deep prevent here, and we'll see whether Bluefield even chooses to take a shot or not. They might just try to take a shot at the end zone, or they could just set on it here. We'll see. Looks like they're going to play for a score here.
And KCU with 4 deep safeties deep inside the 20-yard line as Hersich takes the snap, looks for the check down route, and he finds an open receiver in the middle of the field. That's number 5, Jaquan Ebron, who runs toward the KCU sideline. A decent pickup here, which that's designed, but he's brought down after about 14 yards. So that's where we're going to end here, at least in the first half, with a score of 21-16. Bluefield leads KCU here on homecoming. So we're going to step out, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes for the halftime show. And we got a whole lot more football left to come, so don't go away. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-through. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
And we're back here. I told you I'm going to quit doing that. We're back here in Grayson. Sorry about that. I hope that doesn't kill your ears out there, because it does mine, and you would think I would stop. But anyway, back here in Grayson for halftime here. Homecoming halftime. We got an extended halftime here, Coach. Plenty of time to analyze and go over some stats and talk about a few things. Football left to go here. As Kentucky Christian University. We'll tell you how we got there. One score in the first quarter. Or a block field goal. Brian Hughes with a huge block on the first field goal attempt of the game with 10:41 to go in the first quarter. But the first touchdown came with 4:01 on the clock. A big 7-yard touchdown pass from Nathan Hersich to Jaquan Ebron. And then Joey Dell's PAT made the score 7-0 after 1 quarter of play. Then in the second quarter, Bluefield knocked on the door of the end zone first, and that was with a 21-yard touchdown pass from Nathan Hersich to Jules Gray, and then Joey Dell's PAT made it 14-0. KCU with an answer, though, with 49 seconds to go before the half. An 11-yard Maxwell Ward touchdown pass to D.T. Gideon, and then a blocked PAT made the score 14-6 with 44 seconds to go before the half. And then Bluefield, after a KCU penalty on a fair catch on the kickoff immediately following the touchdown, KCU got a penalty. Bluefield elected to re-kick, and then that paid off because Thomas Lee caught the ball and ran it 86 yards for a touchdown on a kickoff return. And then another PAT by Joey Dells made the score 21-6, Coach. And that's where we're at here at halftime. It's homecoming here in Grayson, so we've got an extended halftime, Coach, and we'll keep it here for a few minutes. Going over that scoring summary, it does seem one-sided because Bluefield's got more points, obviously, but the appearance of the game, it doesn't feel like a one-sided football game. It feels like KCU's been in some good situations and not been able to capitalize on those.
Yeah, I think the story of the first half for KCU has been missed opportunities.
Sure.
They've had the ball inside early in the game, had the ball inside the 20-yard line and end up not getting anything out of that. And in the second quarter, had a ball inside also, completed a pass down inside the 20-yard line and end up with a fumble that Bluefield was able to get back on. So they've just missed some opportunities to put some points on the board, and against a really a pretty darn good Bluefield defense. They've held again last week they held their opponent to only 10 points. They only give up 6 points here in the first half against the Knights. So they've give up 6 points in their last 4 quarters played. In a college football, that's pretty darn good. Now, they're good up front. They're athletic, but like I said, KCU has moved the ball up and down the field. It's just been a few missed opportunities for those guys to get the ball into the end zone. They can come out and put some points on the board if they can tie some things together.
Absolutely, Coach, and we know that they're able to do that. We know they're capable of big plays too. It's just stringing together drives, less penalties, and minimize the turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you flip side, you look at it from the KCU defensive perspective. They're really playing pretty well. They've, defensively, we've given up 14 points. You take away the kickoff return by Thomas Lee there late in the half. They only give up 2 touchdowns and they're very talented. Again, I'm really impressed with the Bluefield roster. They got a nice group of receivers. Herstich really delivers the ball accurately. He gets the ball out. It's hard to get much pressure on him. They have a stable of running backs. So Bluefield has a really nice-looking team, a bunch of good-looking players on this team, but KCU's hanging right in there with them. They've just got to, again, cut back on the turnovers and the penalties. And if they can do that, they are still in this game. They've still got an opportunity to win this football game. So, but they're going to have to play really well in the second half to do it, no doubt about that.
I'm with you. Coach, we're going to step out, take a break, and we'll be back. We'll have some offensive stats for both teams and a little bit of analysis and a whole lot of football coming up. So don't go away. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Make your everyday purchases faster, simpler, and more convenient with First National Bank's new contactless debit card, featuring a fresh new design and the ability to add your card to your phone's mobile wallet. Your debit card has never been more secure. Simply look for the contactless symbol at checkout, tap your contactless card, or hold your phone over the terminal and your payment is processed in seconds without your card number ever being exposed. Tap, pay, go. It's that easy with First National Bank. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And we're back here in Grayson. Coach Brent Terry is here with us. And, Coach, we got some stats to go over.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the first half statistics here from the game. As we mentioned, score 21-6 in favor of the Rams. Hold on just a second. Here's where we're
going to step out. We're having a moment of silence. Back after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, equal housing lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Canonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Welcome back to the campus of Kentucky Christian University here in Grayson, Kentucky. We stepped away there. We were going to look at some of the statistics. We stepped away to take a break there as Kentucky having a moment of silence in honor of awareness for childhood cancer. A really nice show of support for a really devastating disease here and on the campus of Christian University. Coach Athletic Director David Manning, a lot of community outreach type deals going on here at the Kentucky Christian, so a nice moment for that, and so that's why we stepped away for the break. And as we did, we were looking at some of the statistics here in the first half. We mentioned the scores: 21-6, Bluefield on top right now. The number of first downs here will take Kentucky Christian First, as being the home team, 13 first downs there in the first half. They're able to rush the ball 20 times for 84 yards, and they've also thrown for 157 yards. Maxwell Ward is 12 out of 22 for 157 yards through the air. Total offense, Kentucky Christian's gotten off 42 plays for 241 yards. On the other side of the ledger, you've got Bluefield. They've had 14 first downs compared to Kentucky Christian's 13. They've rushed the ball 16 times for 70 yards and thrown for another 203. All of those coming from Nathan Hurstich. He's 13 out of 19 for those 203 yards. No picks from Hurstich. And so he's had a really nice afternoon here. Fumbles, Kentucky Christian... Bluefield with one fumble for 18 yards. Kickoff returns have been a big part of this first half with Bluefield able to return one of those kickoffs for a touchdown. They have 2 kickoff returns for a total of 102 yards, 86 coming on one by Thomas Lee. Look at some individual statistics. Again, we say Maxwell Ward, the Kentucky Christian quarterback, is 12 out of 22 for 157, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Josh Taylor has gotten the bulk of the carries for the Knights. 10 carries for 66 yards and a long of 27. No rushing touchdowns so far there in the first half. A couple other KCU Knights have touched the ball. Richmond Sims, 1 carry for -4 yards. Maxwell Ward has 2 carries for -12. Karan Taylor, 1 touch for 7 yards. Brandon Carter, a touch for 4 yards. Devontae Williams, 1 for -1. And Gerald Daniels, 4 for 24 yards. And again, that adds up to Kentucky Christian rushing the ball for 84 yards there in the first half. Individually for the Rams, Thomas Lee has a single carry for -6 yards. The bulk of the carries have gone to James Thomas, only 8 for 32 yards and a long of 8 yards. The ground game mostly held in check by this KCU defense. The quarterback has carried the ball 4 times for an additional 36. Again, that adds up for 203 yards rush. That adds up to 70 yards rushing for the Rams. Most of their offense has come through the air. As we mentioned earlier, Hurstich is 13 out of 19 for 203, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. He has spread the ball around. Thomas Lee, 2 catches for 67 yards. Matthew Trevelyan, 2 catches for 17. Gilmore, the running back, out of the backfield, 1 for 5 yards. And last week's player of the week in the AAC, Jaquan Ebron, has 2 catches for 20 yards. But it's been Jules Gray who's had 6 catches and 94 yards, has really been the star of the first half for the Bluefield Rams. And most of their offenses come from that passing game. Fumbles lost so far, again, a story here in the first half, and that has been 2 fumbles and 2 lost balls for the KCU Knights to go along with 1 interception, so 3 turnovers for the Knights, and the Rams have yet to turn the ball over. Penalties has been a story also. KCU 7 penalties for 31 yards compared to just 3 for 25 yards for the Rams. Time of possession has been pretty equal. The Kentucky Christians had the ball for 16 minutes and 33 seconds compared to 13:25 for the Rams. Third down, 4 of 10 for the Knights, 1 of 5 for the Rams of Bluefield. Red zone scoring chances, both just 1 of 3 inside the red zone. So that's kind of the statistical story of the first half. Most of the total yardage for both teams. 273 total yards on 35 plays for the Rams, and a big kickoff return for a touchdown. 42 plays for 241 yards for the Kentucky Christian Knights, and now that adds up to a 21-6 lead for the visiting Rams here on homecoming.
And Coach, as you went through those stats, one of the things that stood out to me, I mentioned it earlier, but Jules Gray, the receiver for the entire receiving core, I guess, is a definite strength of that Rams offense. But Jules Gray last week had 1 catch. I said I thought it was 13. I don't know why I thought that. It was only 2 yards. So he had 1 catch for 2 yards last week. And Jaquan Ebron is the guy who everybody talks about. There's a reason. He's really good at what he does. But he's not been the stud here today. Actually, starting out, Thomas Lee had 2 huge catches for, 72 yards, something like that. Can you look me up on that?
Yeah, 2 catches for 67.
67, okay.
Yeah, his only 2 catches came very early in the game. Again, 67 yards, so he's averaging 33.5 yards a catch. One of those was for 42 yards, and so the defensive staff made a little switch and flipped the corners. He had a height advantage, and pretty much shut him down the rest of the way. And like you said, Jaquan Ebron was the man that everybody's talking about. He's a 2-time AAC Player of the Week, and showed out really big against Union last week. But the Knights have done a good job of trying to take him away. But with a good team like the Rams, they've got dudes everywhere.
And that's the point I was getting to there. That you focus on Ebron, then you focus on Lee, obviously, after making 2 huge catches, and that just opens the door for somebody else, I guess you would say, that the receiving core for Bluefield is pretty strong.
Yeah, and Jules Gray, again, like I said, had not been the focus, but today he comes in and he's already got 6 catches, very close, 94 yards, so just about to go over 100 yards receiving, almost 100 yards there in the first half. And again, those guys have all contributed, and you can't overlook Nathan Herstadt, 13 out of 19, very accurate, gets the ball out very quickly. He throws from a lot of notes that he throws the ball from a lot of different platforms. He can throw it straight over the top traditional, but he also on those wide receiver screens, almost like a shortstop or a second baseman turning a double play, flips his hips and drops that thing down 3/4 or sidearm and throws it very accurately like that. And so he gets the ball out there really quick and lets those guys make some yards after the catch. And that's a unique skill that he has shown here today, and it makes him difficult to defend.
Yeah, Coach, and while we've got just a second, we'll update you on some scores from around the country in college football. Top 25 scores or something like this. Still 14-10 right before halftime. Florida is leading Tennessee. Looks like some more points on the board for Texas. It's now 24-14. Texas leads Texas Tech. That one's at halftime. Middle Tennessee staying strong. 24-10 they lead. In the second quarter, minute to go before the half over number 25, Miami Hurricanes. Also around the country in the top 25, Oregon, number 15, leads Washington State. Oh, no, they trail Washington State 10-6. That's with 6 minutes to go before halftime. Ole Miss, number 16, Lane Kiffin's bunch, they're leading Tulsa 21-14. That one's in the second quarter. And that's all we've got right now. Don't forget Kentucky plays tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. You can find that one on the Cool Hits Sports Network, actually on Cool Hits 105.7 FM in Ashland, Kentucky. Kickoff at 7, but there'll be a pregame show before that.
Yeah, I'll kind of continue some of those scores, some finals out of that top 25. We've already seen some noon kickoffs. Georgia had their hands full with Kent State early. They end up with a 39-22 win. Michigan, that was a big game already. Number 4, Michigan, able to take care of Maryland 34-27 in an absolute ACC barn burner at Clemson in double overtime, 51-45 over a really good Wake Forest team. Our buddy with some Huntington ties there, and Brad Lambert, the defensive coordinator down at Clemson. A little bit tough afternoon, but really tough to stop those Clemson Tigers. But Clemson gets the win, 51-45 in double overtime. Penn State takes care of Central Michigan, 33-14 in a Big 12 matchup. Baylor 31-24 over Iowa State. Number 24 Pitt handles Rhode Island 45-21. And as you mentioned, Kentucky playing tonight at 7 o'clock against Northern Illinois. Also in the top 25 later tonight, Texas A&M and Arkansas. Alabama plays Vanderbilt. And number 3 Ohio State plays Wisconsin. NC State and UConn, Oklahoma and Kansas State. USC and Oregon State at 9:30 tonight. Number 19, BYU and Wyoming, Utah and Arizona, and rounded out with Stanford and Washington late night, Pac-12 after dark.
Coach, that's my favorite thing about the fall, college football. There's some good games on today and later on this evening. We're going to step out, take another break, and getting closer and closer to resuming action here from Grayson. Again, Bluefield leads KCU 21-6. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And we're back here in Grayson. Under a minute to go here in the regulation halftime. Then we'll tack on a few more minutes, I think, Coach, for an extended portion for the teams to get warmed up as KCU makes their way back over to the sideline. That gives me a chance to remind you the Good Cheer program every Wednesday at 8 p.m. New episodes on the Cool Hits Gospel channel. They also air on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. on Cool Hits 105.7 FM in Ashland, Kentucky. And again on Sundays at noon on the online gospel channel. All episodes available on demand at your convenience at coolhits1057.com under podcasts and on the Cool Hits app for any device. This week, our guest is Pastor Pete Baker, the pastor at Central Baptist Church in Ashland, Kentucky. He and I are talking about a little bit about rest, Coach, something we could all use, and we tie it into the book of Hebrews chapter 4. It's pretty good stuff. That's one of my favorite books of the Bible, and one of my favorite chapters of that book. So pretty good conversation. Actually, we recorded it live from the basement of the church in Ashland, and tune into that one as well. That's a Good Cheer program on Cool Hits 105.7 as both teams make their way out, Coach, and KCU gets the football here.
Yeah, so they made the decision to defer on the opening coin toss, of which you were out there for the honorary captain and won that toss, and they defer, so they get the ball here in the second half, and they have the opportunity to take this thing down and score and get themselves right back into the football game.
And a booming kick lands in the end zone for a touchback here. A good job there by Bluefield kicker number 40. That is Riley Stubbs. He got a hold of that one. That's not the first touchback here today, but that one landed halfway back in the end zone.
Yeah, and remember, in college football, you kick off from the 35, so he really pounded that one. That's a place you see a lot of Division I kickers kick the ball. So, and that's a weapon. You get the ball out to the 25 in college football. So KCU will take over 1st and 10. Right. I'm sure they went in at halftime and talked about what they thought they could be successful with, and we'll see whether they're able to make any successful adjustments here on offense.
Yes, sir. Handoff on first down is going to go to Cameron Arthur. He's going to bounce it outside, and he's got some room to run there. I thought he was going to be brought down for about a 7-yard gain, Coach, but he bounced it on out and avoided a couple tackles, and it's a first down run here on first down.
Yeah, Cameron with a really tough run right there, kind of running through some tackles, keeping those legs churning, moving the chains for the Knights. You like to see that. Nice physical run, always gets everybody fired up and makes those offensive linemen get a little pep in their step.
2-by-2 set here. Ball's on the right hash. We've got the wing back moving from right to left, and another handoff, this time to Josh Traylor. He's going to bounce it outside to the right-hand side. And, Coach, another hard run and a great pickup on first down is going to be about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, just what you like to see, the Knights offensive line able to kind of just get a little bit of push, and then those running backs hitting up in there hard and again, carrying defenders right there. We've talked about number 58, Sam Kirtley, a couple times today, and he had a whole handful of the running back right there, but couldn't bring him down initially. Carried him for about 3 or 4 more yards.
Ball's on the right hash. Running back moves from the right of Ward to his left, and then it's a handoff up the middle, Josh Traylor, and that one's gobbled up at the line of scrimmage for a loss of maybe a yard.
Yeah, Jackson Charlton Perrin right there, big number 99, 6'3", 295 pounds, able to kind of corral the running back right there at that time. So they'll bring in, Bluefield will bring in some pass rush guys. They get a little smaller up front. And they bring in their pass rush guys here, expecting the Knights to throw the ball here on third down.
It's 3rd and 5. The ball's on the KCU 44-yard line. Ball's over toward the right hash. And a 2-by-2 set. Ward takes it, sprints out to his left, and it's completed on an out route to the left side of the field, Coach. And that's going to be the first reception here of the game for Karan Taylor. And it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, moving the pocket a little bit. That'll slow those pass rush guys down. You know, they bring in their nickel look, their pass rush gang, and Coach Russell responds by sprinting the quarterback out, hitting a nice flat route there to Karan, able to get the chains moved. Plenty of room there. Nice catch. Really had to reach up and caught the ball very nice in his hands.
He goes in jet motion, and then we're going to have a handoff up the middle. That one's going to be Terrence Carter, and a decent pickup here on first down. A gain of about 5 yards, makes it 2nd and 5 from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, KCU moving the ball on the ground, running the ball right at the Rams right now, and you really like to see that. The running back's really running hard, whether you got Terrence in there running or Trevon, all those guys running the ball really hard right now. Traylor also getting some carries. Bunch of guys contributing right now.
2-by-2 set run, or number 2 receiver goes in motion from right to left and then catches a little bubble route. He's able to get upfield, beats a defender, and gets tackled for a gain of about 6 yards and another KCU first down.
Yeah, they hit Karan out in the flat that time. They faked the jet to him, hit him out in the flat, sticks his foot in the ground, gets his shoulder square, runs by a couple of guys, and again, that's just almost an extended handoff, a perimeter run,
that's
flipping
right.
it out there.
Yep.
You know, very safe, high percentage throw, not necessarily an easy throw, throwing the ball lateral like that.
Sure.
So you know, some props to Max right there for putting it on him and give him an opportunity to get square and get down the field.
It's a lot harder than it looks to throw a lateral like that. Ward takes the handoff, hands it up the middle. No, sir, and an interception. That was an RPO, ball thrown into the end zone, and a big interception here. That's interception number 3 for Ward. And the pass is caught, but it's caught by the wrong team. Tremail Cash catches it in the end zone, brings it out to around the 25-yard line. And I believe, is that him that's down, Coach?
I'm not sure. I didn't quite catch a number there. But you know, trying to take advantage of running the football. They go play action or RPO there. That might have been leaning more toward the play action style there. And they rides him up in there, pulls it out. But the Rams playing very deep in the secondary right there. Tremel not fooled at all on the play.
No.
And
I was.
Yeah, and able to kind of stay back behind that post route. And really a pretty easy interception there for Mr. Cash.
So first down and 10 from the 24-yard line for Bluefield. Score remains Bluefield 21, KCU 6 with 11:30 to go in the third quarter. And, Coach, I've heard you say before that first drive of the third quarter determines the complexion. So here we go. It's going to be a handoff up the middle of the field. That one's going to go to James Thomas, who fights his way ahead for a couple yards, but he's gobbled up right up around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, KCU is really moving the ball right there. And sometimes you want to take a shot when you get across the 50 there, and you were hoping you can trust your quarterback to make a good decision there, and just a little bit of an ill-advised throw. And again, you hope that the KCU defense can bow their back here and get a stop.
The pass is deflected, and it hits up in the air. No defenders around it, but a good job there. That was the left defensive end coach who got a hand on that one, I do believe.
Yeah, that looked like Kent maybe able to make a play there on the ball, if I'm not, or what?
I think maybe Jermel Sims.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. It was one of the two.
Okay.
Nonetheless, a great heads-up play there, getting your hands up.
Yeah, able to kind of get a deflection there and hopefully get a stop here on third down.
Trips to the left. Quarterback takes it. He throws it to number 5. That's Jaquan Ebron for only his third catch of the ball game. And he gets enough for the first down. He was running a little slant route there, got underneath, and off to the races he was.
Yeah, another accurate throw there by Hurstich. Kind of drops down and slings that thing in there just past the outreached arm of the KCU linebacker and just inside of the corner there. Really tight window, but he put it on Ebron, and they're able to pick up another first down.
Trips to the right this time. Ball's on the left hash. Hurstich takes it and throws it downfield, and good pass coverage there from KCU. I saw Wyna Kent, the outside linebacker over there, good pass coverage, and the pass goes incomplete.
Yeah, the Rams right there trying to slip James Thomas out of the backfield and catch KCU asleep, but they have none of it there as Kent picked him up out of the backfield and shadowed him down the boundary there and forced the incompletion.
Trips to the right this time. Hurstich takes it, finds an open receiver, Jules Gray, on a slant route, and Gray charges ahead for a gain of about 11 yards. First down, Bluefield.
Yeah, and that'll take Gray over 100 yards receiving for the day. Very sure-handed. They've really hurt KCU on these little inside-in breaking routes. You got to commit to stopping these big backs from Bluefield, and when you do that, then you kind of give some open ground to these receivers.
Hurstich takes it, hands it off up the middle to Thomas. He's going to charge his way ahead for a big pickup on first down, a pickup about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, they're starting to move the ball pretty much at will right here, both through the ground and through the air. They're doing a good job of mixing it up. They're not letting KCU kind of focus on one or the other, and that's what good offenses will do to you.
Hurstich takes it. This time he's going to keep it himself and charge ahead for close to a first down, gain of 4 yards, and it's going to determine – nope, they're going ahead and signaling first down, so he got enough there. And he's a quarterback who's not afraid to take the ball and go with it.
Absolutely. He knew they needed a first down right there. Nobody open, so he pulls it down, and he knew he was close to that first down marker, and there was no way he was going to slide.
That's right. First down, 10 yards to go as Hurstich takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, finds an open man. That's Thomas Lee, and Lee charges ahead there and gets it down inside the 20.
Yeah, nice. Found a seam right there between the corner and the safety. Again, Hurstich, very accurate throw, and KCU with a sure tackle there just as he caught the ball. But again, big yardage enough for the first down.
First down and 10 yards to go. Ball's on the 19-yard line of KCU. Bluefield with the ball. Handoff to Thomas up the middle, and he gets a couple yards on first down. Second down and 8.
That Rams offensive line starting to kind of wear on that defensive line from KCU a little bit.
Yep.
They got a really good size offensive line, averaging 260, 270 pounds across the front, and they're pretty solid.
And an interception here on second down, a big-time interception for KCU, and with a decent return there, the interception made by freshman linebacker Justin Lewis, and the crowd kind of came alive, and I think so did I, Coach. That was a big-time interception for the Knights.
Yeah, we've talked about those in-breaking routes that the Rams had really hurt KCU with. Well, finally, somebody steps in front of one, and the linebacker there, Lewis, able to get underneath of that slant route.
Yes.
Made a really nice athletic catch and get some yardage on the return. and the KCU Knights defense kind of bows its back, and with the ball deep in their own territory, they get a stop, they get the pick, the first turnover of the day, and get the ball out close to the 40-yard line, and that gets that offense back out on the field.
That's what I was going to bring that up. That was the first turnover for KCU, and then a 20-yard, almost 20-yard return on that interception. And KCU, maybe that was the life they needed to string together a drive here. Handoff on first down is going to go to Josh Traylor. He's going to bounce it outside, try to find a lane, and gets a pretty decent pickup, 5 yards here on first down. Goes all the way. It was supposed to be an off-tackle play, and he bounced it all the way over to the KCU sideline. We'll say he picked up 6 yards, so second down and 4 yards to go.
Yeah, again, KCU run the ball pretty effectively. The first drive, they were able to string several good runs together. Here they start off with a good zone run for 5 yards to get this drive started.
Here we go, second down, 4 yards to go. Ball's on the left hash, and Ward's going to take it. An open RPO, this time a throw over top on the middle of the field. Austin Mullins on the catch, and he charges ahead for a big-time pickup here. I'm trying to get a count here for you. About 20 yards, I believe, about 21 yards on the catch.
Yep. KCU able to take advantage of the linebackers having to kind of stop this run. As they get the run game going, that opens up some of those inside throws.
Yes, sir. Ward takes it. This time he does hand it off. It goes to Josh Traylor, and he's going to bring it off tackle to the left for a gain of another 5 yards here. And that'll make it second down and 5 yards to go for the Knights. Ball is on the Bluefield 34-yard line, 29-yard line, sorry. Inside
linebacker Tavarian Colbert there able to make the stop, but not after a gain of about 5 yards. So they're forcing the KCU offensive line now taking their turn of pushing on that Rams defensive line a little bit, forcing those linebackers to make most of the plays right now.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Ward takes the snap. Another handoff. This time it's going to go to Terrence Carter up the middle, and he pushes the pile ahead for close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to him. Yep, the chains are moving, and a 5-yard gain there on second down makes it first down KCU from the 24-yard line now.
Yeah, nice pick up there by the offensive line. KCU, the Rams bring a blitz there, a run-down blitz, and both inside linebackers are picked up. Kind of a stalemate there along the line of scrimmage, but the running back able to hit up in there and move the pile for a nice gain.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball's on the left hash, 2 receivers to the right, and a left-to-right motion from number 24, Taylor, and he catches one on the bubble route, and he gets it over to the sideline inside the 5-yard line, and that's where he's knocked out of bounds for another KCU first down. He went out of bounds around the 5. I'm not sure, but it's going to be first and goal from around the 5-yard line either way.
Yeah, same play we saw earlier where they get the fake the jet motion to Cron, kind of get him out there on the perimeter. A nice ball there by Max, gets it out to him, lets him get his shoulder square, and a really nice run after the catch there. Some yardage. Again, they're able to take advantage of being able to run the ball up inside and flick it out there on the corner and kind of get out leverage the Rams defense.
Under 6 minutes to go here, 21-6 your score. But KCU knocking on the door. A handoff off tackle to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a touchdown. KCU, Terrence Carter marches it in from 5 yards out, and that puts KCU within I take that back. A point after here. Well, a 2-point conversion will put KCU within 1 score.
Yeah, Terrence with a really nice run right there. A nice hole opened up over B-gap right there. A couple of really nice blocks up front by the KCU offensive line, and squared his shoulders and ran over a guy at the goal line to punch it in. And that's a nice physical run,
sure.
A nice physical drive from the KCU offense right there. One that they showed flashes of, but then they turn the ball over. They'd have a pick. They'd show the ability to run the ball and then have a fumble. Well, that time they put it all together, and really I don't think they had a lost yardage play in that drive, and really a dominating drive. A couple of inside breaking slant routes for big plays, a couple of bubble perimeter kind of screens out there to get it, and some really tough inside running, all combined really to move the ball pretty quickly down into the end zone there. And we'll see what they do here. They take a timeout. Well, I think they had an injury timeout, and they have decided to put the offense back out on the field and, like you said, try to make it a single-score game.
Offense is back out on the field. Ball's in the middle of the field on the 3-yard line. Ward's going to take the snap, sprint out to his left, throw it into the end zone, tried to get it over to number 24. That's Taylor, and a defender got a hand on it there, and the pass goes incomplete on the 2-point conversion. So with 5:49 to go here in quarter number 3, your score, Bluefield 21, KCU 12. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
And we're back here in Grayson. 5:49 to go in the third quarter. KCU with more points on the board, but not enough yet. 21-12, they trail Bluefield on homecoming here in Grayson. An onside kick here, well, a squib kick, and it's caught by KCU, and a hard hit on the return there, Coach. The returner was number 28, Elijah Paget, and who was that on that tackle?
It looked like Jafar Carter able to make the play there on the KCU special team. So some life, some optimism in this KCU football team right now. A defense hustling out on the field. They're anxious to get out there, see if they can get another stop. A great drive, a really physical drive by the offense. You know, no big play, just 6, 7, 8 yards at a time. They were able to get in the end zone. So we'll see if the defense can respond.
Hersich takes it, and the pass is knocked away. He threw it down his sideline there, tried to get it down the sideline to Ebron, but a great job there by the secondary of KCU. Coach, I believe, was that J.R. Smith?
Yeah, I think that's J.R. over there playing corner, and they kind of got him isolated in a one-on-one there with Ebron. He was able to get up and get a hand on that ball. He was in pretty tight coverage down the boundary there.
Yeah. So on second down, trips to the right, ball's on the right hash. Hersich going to take it himself, tries to get the edge, and he does so for a gain of about 5 yards here. On second down, that makes it 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line.
He pays a price for carrying that ball there right there. Corey Garcia really laid the lumber to him on that one. A nice, solid open field tackle, and Hersich may not be quite as excited to take that off the zone read next time.
I'm with you. Ball's on the left hash, trips to the right. Hersich with the running back offset to his right. He takes the snap, drops back, and, Coach, I was almost to say he's intercepted, but the pass is dropped. Throws it into coverage again and making him almost pay again. Who was that, Coach?
Yeah, that looked like number 20, J.R. Smith again on the coverage. Really the first time we've seen Hersich really try to force the ball to Ebron. Really no reason, to throw that. I mean, he had one-on-one coverage, so I guess he's taking a shot in there.
Yep.
But that ball was pretty inaccurately
off
thrown.
The mark, yep.
Yeah, really off the mark. And J.R., they both had to throw on the brakes, and he almost threw them on in time to get the interception. Would have been a really nice catch, but nevertheless, they forced the 3 and out and some excitement here in Grayson.
Yes, sir. Dell's punt goes out of bounds, so a 3 and out here. KCU forces Bluefield to a 3 and out, and they punt it away. It's going to go out of bounds on about the 34-yard line of KCU. That's where they'll take over. Coach, how big is that 3 and out?
Absolutely. We'll get the ball right back to that offense who's feeling it right now, some rhythm for the first time.
Sure.
And they've been able to again, move that KCU offensive line. I think you got to give them a lot of credit for that last drive. When they were throwing the ball, they threw it accurately. I don't think they had an incomplete pass on that drive. So can they come out and do it again? Can they put 2 drives together?
And definitely some life over on the sideline and the players out on the field. Here we go on first down. We've got a handoff. This one's going to go to number 22. That's Traylor, and he marches ahead for a good gain here on first down. Both teams have been pretty efficient on first down. You don't see many losses on first down, always a 5, 6, 7-yard gain. Here we've got an 8-yard gain by Traylor, but I feel like both teams have been pretty efficient on first down.
Yeah, big hole over the right side right there for Traylor. They run the GT counter and just clearing the way of that 3 down front. Be interested to see whether how long it takes Bluefield to put 4 down again. They're really eating up that defensive line right now.
Snap goes to Ward. He hands it off again to Traylor, who fights his way ahead for a gain of about 3 and a first down. KCU, ball on their own 45-yard line.
You got to give a lot of credit to number 70 up front, Gabe Singleton. In any of these 3 down odd front defenses, if the center can't handle the nose guard, it's going to be a long night for the offense. They're trying to 2-gap, but Singleton taking care of the nose man for Bluefield pretty consistently here on these first 2 drives, and so that's able to create some running lanes for these running backs.
I'm with you, Coach. 1st and 10, Ward takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Traylor, who gets the edge. He's got some room to run, gets it out across the Bluefield 40-yard line, and he's brought down at about the 38, so a big pickup there of about 17 yards.
Yeah, offensive lineman's best friend is that tight end or H-back, and that time number 85, Owen Hankins, with the big block there to spring Traylor around left end there.
Right. 1st and 10 from the Bluefield 38-yard line, and KCU stringing together another drive so far, Coach.
And they're doing it mostly on the ground, which you love to see. And finally, Bluefield goes 4 down here, so they got 4 defensive linemen in the game.
Ward takes a snap. It's another handoff. This time it's going to go to Terrence Carter, who fights his way ahead down the middle of the field. He's still not down. The pile's moving forward. And it goes from about a 6, 7-yard gain to an 8 or 9-yard gain because of that second effort, yards after contact.
Yeah, and just as we are heaping some praise on that KCU offensive line, looks like we got one of those linemen down out there right now, trying to get a number on who that might be.
I'm not sure either, Coach. I do know the left tackle. He's a junior offensive lineman, left tackle, 6'1", 270, C.J. Dills, doing a great job. They've run off tackle that way several times, and that left end has been pretty much sealed up.
Yeah, they've been a nice cohesive unit in there, working together very well. And they've opened up some nice seams in there for those guys, for those running backs, and that's been very impressive, whether it's been some gap scheme counter type runs or whether it's been on the stretch where they kind of get that Bluefield defense running laterally.
Sure.
Either way, especially here through the end of the last little bit of the second quarter into this third quarter, they've done a really nice job. Good to see that young man jump up and be able to get off the field on his own.
Yes, sir. The injured player, he made his way over on the sideline. That's Darren Vilsaint as he's over on the sideline. A big boy. He's listed at 6 foot 250, but he's a big old boy. I'm going to say he's a little bit bigger than that, Coach.
Yeah, he can barely fit in the medical tent down there.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll see him back in the game here in just a little bit as they try to take care of him.
More in the pistol, jet motion from right to left. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to go to number 2, D.T. Gideon, who fights his way, goes from being the number 2 receiver on the right side all the way over to the left sideline, and picks up about 5 yards here on first down. So second down, and we'll say picked up 4 yards, so second down and 6 yards to go.
Yeah, pretty cool little scheme there out of the offense. They pull the left guard and left tackle back to the right, but hand the ball off going to the left. That's a key breaker for the defense. They see that guard and tackle pull back to the right, and they're on the run. The ball goes to the left. It just takes a moment to slow you down. You just get a halt, a slow step, and you're out leveraged.
Ward takes the snap on second down. Another RPO. He's going to hand it off this time, and it goes to Traylor. Another stretch play to the left side. and another gain. This one only about a yard, though, so that makes it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, so they really got their choice here. They bring 85 Owen Hankins out of the game here, so they're going to go with another receiver, but they've been able to run the ball effectively out of either with Hankins in the game or without. 3rd and 5, so they kind of got their choice here. I think they can run for it or they can throw for it. Might be a good opportunity for one of those RPOs that we've looked at and that they've been pretty successful with. Be interesting. Bluefield all up, showing 0 press coverage, man-to-man.
And here we go. Ward takes a snap under heavy pressure, and it's a design middle screen, and he gets it to Josh Traylor. A good call there with that much pressure.
Yeah.
And,
nifty little underhand toss there to the running back. Kind of their blitz, Rams show blitz, and they bring it, and Hankins kind of draws them in and then flips it underhanded. Not quite enough for the first down, so big play coming up here on 4th to keep this thing alive.
4th down, and we'll say a long 2 yards to go as Ward lines up in the pistol. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, I take that back. We have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And a running back behind him, that's going to be Traylor. Play clock down to below 5. He takes the snap, RPO, and the throw is off the mark, Coach. He had a receiver, threw it a little bit too far behind him. Intended receiver there was
Austin Mullins in the slot right there. They had a little trip look, had the tight end, inline tight end to the left. We hadn't seen that a lot today. 2 more receivers along with Hankins there on the left. They faked the inside run, kind of draw that Rams defense to them. Maxwell pulls it just off the mark a little bit. Mullins was open in the flat right there and just a little bit off the mark, but still a successful drive. They didn't punch it in that time, but still a lot of time to go in this game, so another stop here would be really important.
Down under 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and on 1st down it's a handoff by Bluefield. The handoff goes to James Thomas, who marches ahead for a gain of 3 yards, making it 2nd and 7, and the clock, that presumably will be their last play. The clock down below 10 seconds now, and doesn't look like Bluefield's going to run another play of offense. Not sure that they realize, there we go. Your score after 3 quarters of play, Bluefield 21, KCU 12. Back after this for quarter number 4 on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
With loan rates at or near historical lows, now is the time to talk to one of the experienced loan officers at First National Bank. We can help you with that new car or home you've been wanting. Let us work with you to reach the payment level you're comfortable with. You can now access our loan application online at fnbgrayson.com or give us a call today at 606-928-0000 and we can make your loan happen. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
4th quarter here in Grayson. Your score, Bluefield 21, KCU 12. Chauncey Griffith, Coach Brent Terry here with you. Glad you could join us here on homecoming from Grayson, Kentucky. Bluefield with the football, 2nd down, and 7 yards to go. And on 2nd down, it's a pass out to the right-hand side into the flats, and it's caught by Jules Gray, who marches ahead for a 1st down, Bluefield.
Yeah, as we start this 4th quarter, certainly some life out of the Kentucky Christian team. They showed the ability to move the ball up and down the field. They got 1 touchdown there, and to get them back in it in the 3rd quarter, got stopped there on a turnover on downs in their last drive. But I think we're going to have a real entertaining 4th quarter coming up. The Rams have been on the move. They were able to pressure Hurstich into some inaccurate throws in the last drive, but they start off with a completion, and they got a 1st and 10 here, and they're on the move.
Hurstich takes the snap, looks to the left and looks to the right, got plenty of time to make a decision, and then throws one off his back foot over toward the sideline and goes incomplete.
Yeah, he had plenty of places to choose to throw that ball away. Kind of interesting choice there. Kind of lobbed it up across the field.
Dangerous throw, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably would have been better advised to throw that ball away on this side of the field, just throw it out of bounds. But somebody could have made a play on that. But second down, and again, KCU has shown the ability to pressure them a little bit. So an interesting formation we haven't seen here. We got quads left, all stacked up.
And on second down and 10 yards to go, under pressure, Hersich takes it himself and gets it over across the 40-yard line, and that's where he will be brought down. So a gain of about 7 yards here makes it 3rd and 3, and we've got a down KCU player right in the middle of the field, or on the right hash anyway, and not sure the issue, but with 3rd and 3 yards to go here, Coach, what do you expect to see here offensively from Bluefield?
Well, the last play there, interesting, as a formation we hadn't seen yet, where they went stacked. They went 4 quad stacked to the left right there and then ran quarterback draw. It's just a matter. So third down here, obviously, is 3rd and about 4. You think that they're probably going to try to take a look and see how KCU is going to play them. I expect maybe them to get a long count here, take a look at what KCU is going to give them. But they're going to try to get the ball to Ebron probably, or they might come back to this 4 stacked receivers over here and just give the ball, throw it out here to the. If they don't play enough numbers out here, they may just throw a quick screen out here to try to get that yardage.
Sure, and that's what we're going to see is 4 stacked receivers to the left. Hersich takes it and throws the quick slant route to the backside receiver, and it's caught, but we do have a flag in the backfield. The receiver was Ebron, and what's the flag?
Yeah, so they draw all that tension with the quads over here, but then they get a
sideline warning against KCU, so no yards, just a warning. It'll be first down, Bluefield. Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, no problem there. So they go to the stack. They kind of draw all the attention to the stack, but they got Ebron matched up, single coverage over there on J.R. Smith. He's able to win on the slant and pick up the first down. So
it'll be 1st and 10 from the Bluefield 49-yard line, and 2-by-2 set for the Rams. Hersich takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to James Thomas, who fights his way ahead. Gains about 11 yards and another first down.
Yeah, Thomas, we called his number a lot early in the game. He's been kind of silent through the mid part, so we see him back in the game now and making a big run for the Rams.
13:40 on the clock, still rolling here in the 4th quarter of play. Bluefield up by 9 points, 21-12, and heading toward the end zone on this drive as well. We've got a flag pre-snap, and I believe, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the offensive linemen moved.
Yeah, it looked like the right guard there for the Rams just flinched a little bit, and KCU catches a break. We're in kind of the part of the field here in the time of the game where the KCU defense might have to start taking some chances. We'll see whether they dial up some pressure here now that they've got them behind the chains.
First down and 15 yards to go now from the 44-yard line for Bluefield. A 2-by-2 set, ball's on the right hash. Hersich takes the snap, looks downfield, overthrows his intended receiver, Ebron, and it seems like a lot of the targets that Ebron has got have just been uncatchable balls.
Yeah, kind of forcing it his way right now. They maybe getting a little bit nervous. They did a nice job of spreading it around early in the game, but maybe they're feeling the pressure just a little bit, and they're trying to get the ball to their playmaker. They certainly set up that third down, that previous third down, just to get the ball to him. So we'll see whether Hersich can spread it around.
Here we go. Hersich takes it, sprints out to his right, throws it to his back out of the backfield, who catches it on the run off balance and falls his way forward after about a 10-yard, 9-yard pickup, makes it 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Thomas can do a little bit of everything. He's pretty good in blitz pickup back there. He's pretty good hands out of the backfield, and he can certainly hand the ball to him for some tough yards up inside. Very versatile kid.
So 3rd down and 7 now from the KCU 36-yard line. Hersich takes the snap, looks right, throws it again to Thomas on us. on a wheel route, and I'm not sure what. Did he lose his footing there, Coach? Did he fall down?
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of trying to plant, get up the field there.
It was almost like he slid forward.
Yeah, kind of slid there a little bit. For a little bit of break there for KCU. It's going to put them in a 4th and a 4. We'll see what they do here. They take Thomas out of the game. They're going to go back to that 4-stack receiver look over here on the left, and they got Ebron singled up on the left side. We'll see what they decide to do.
Hersich takes it. He's going to keep it himself and run to the right, and he picks up about 5, maybe 6. I'm going to say about 5 yards, but a couple more than enough for first down.
Yeah, that's a situation where they're just allowing him to read that out based on the numbers. They go stack to the field, and if you don't commit, at least 4 guys to that, then they're going to throw the screen over there. You also have you got Ebron singled up over there on the right, and you got to decide whether you are going to single him up or whether you're going to play some sort of bracket over/under on him. And if you do that, then you kind of leave yourself outnumbered in the box, and Hurstich is a good enough athlete to take a quarterback draw and with the right number count, get something out of it. So they really put the defense in a bind with that play.
So with an even 12 minutes on the clock here, and Bluefield leading KCU 21-12 on homecoming here in Grayson. It's going to be first down and 10 yards to go from the KCU 27-yard line for the Bluefield Rams. And Coach, both teams, had a player down there cramping, and the training staff attended to him. He's on his way back off the field now. But with both teams having a chance to meet with their respective coaches, be interesting to see what if anything, what changes Bluefield makes here offensively.
Yeah, they got Thomas back in the game in the backfield. They're more in their traditional look 2x2 here, so the playbook's really open for them. They can do about what they want here.
Hersich takes the snap, hands off to Thomas up the middle of the field. He's going to bounce it outside, and just when you think he's going down right at the line of scrimmage, he fights his way ahead for a couple of yards.
Yeah, that guy doesn't get taken down by the first tackler very often. Low center of gravity, keeps his legs churning, but they'll take him out of the game here and replace him with a receiver and go back to that quad left, Ebron right kind of look here.
Here we go. Hersich takes it. They're going to throw the screen to the back receiver, and he catches it. That's Thomas Lee, gets over to the sideline and charges ahead for a gain, but only a gain of about 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 yards to go.
Yeah, of all the plays that they've got out of that, that's the one I would like to force them to execute if they could. You want to keep 2 guys on Ebron over there if you can, and and you almost got to commit 6 to the box there to stop the quarterback draw and force them to throw that screen pass and just make a play on it.
Thomas back on the field now as Ball's, sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ebron singled up over on the right. They're bringing the blitz. They're going to try to go to him.
And here we go. Ball's knocked away and thrown into coverage. And they did go to Ebron. You made that call correct. But he threw it into coverage, and the defender got a hand on it. Incomplete. 4th down.
KCU showed pressure, and they were singled up. You had JR over there one-on-one on the AAC Player of the Week over there on Jaquan Ebron. He was up to the challenge that time. Well-thrown ball, but JR was in phase and did a great job of looking back for the ball and reaching up and knocking it away. That'll force a field goal.
We're going to see, a field goal here from the Ball's on the 20-yard line. Kicker Joey Dales gets the kickoff, and it is good, Coach. So with 10:46 to go here, that makes your score Bluefield 24, KCU 12. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on US Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. legacy.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
And the kickoff is in the air here with 10:46 to go on the clock. And it's caught inside the 5-yard line by KCU. And off to the races is the returner. That's Tedrick McGee. He gets it all the way out across the 30 to about the 33, 34-yard line. That's where KCU will set up shop here and try to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, down 12 here with 10:37 left. Not a lot of possessions left in this game. We're going to need, 2 touchdowns out of this. A touchdown, a field goal, not going to get it done. So, going to have to get going here. These possessions are becoming very important, critical possession here as we go left to right here on your radio.
Absolutely. As Maxwell Ward takes a snap out of the pistol, fakes a handoff on the RPO and fires one downfield, and he is going to be intercepted. Intended receiver there was Rucker Daly, and he just overthrew his receiver and paid the price for it. Tyrese Wolf with the interception. Yeah, he caught it, hit the ground, and
we've called Tyrese's name a few times today, and he's been able that. We were double covered there all the way, kind of an ill-advised, kind of taking a shot play, fake a run up inside, and looking to take a shot and try to get a quick 6 on the board, but just really not open right there, and kind of threw it into double coverage, and Therese really with a pretty a nice in-phase interception.
Yeah, so Bluefield's going to take back over here, and you got to anticipate you're going to see a lot of running the ball here.
Yeah, it may be.
Hey, a good play there by the defense. Handoff goes to Thomas, and he's gobbled up behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and long.
Yeah, so you called it. They're going to try to run the football, but KCU knows that also, and they collapsed down pretty quick on Thomas there. He's been the workhorse out of the backfield in this second half, and going to have to maybe take some chances here in order to get the football back.
On 2nd and 10, Hersich takes it, fires one downfield. Incomplete. In the hands of Matthew Trevelyan, he dropped it.
Yeah.
It was thrown into coverage. Good coverage there by the cornerback, but nonetheless, the pass was dropped.
Yeah, I really thought could have had an offensive pass center there.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah,
I think the KCU coaches thought so too.
Yeah, they're a little upset here in the box next to us, and with good. Like he pushed off there as KCU was in man-to-man coverage. There was Joseph Jameson there trying to stay with him, and it's hard to do that when you're.
On 3rd down, Hersich finds his target, Thomas Lee, the number 2 receiver to the left-hand side, and the short pass route turns into a gain of about 17 yards. Sorry, and first down. Bluefield.
Yeah, Hurstich to Thomas Lee, been a connection throughout this game. They hit early some. They kind of went quiet for a while, but they hit there on a big play. Thomas Lee with the big body catch and a hard run after catch to get the first down.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from Bluefield 42-yard line.
Bluefield starting to kind of bleed the clock a little bit, using all the play clock.
Absolutely. Hersich takes the snap. It's going to be a designed run play. He had the option to hand it off or run. He ran off tackle to the right side and picked up about 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, Jamel Sims able to come across the formation there and make a play as it got cut back up into the line of scrimmage. It looked like Trent Hill did a nice job of kind of staying home over there at left end and breaking that ball back to the middle, and then got cleaned up there by Sims.
So 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Ball almost to midfield. And it's another handoff to Thomas, and he's going to churn his way ahead. brings it across midfield and gets more than enough for a first down.
Yeah, man, that guy is just a load. I'm telling you, he runs really hard, gets those shoulders square. He runs, you've heard the phrase, running behind your pads, and he really does that. He gets a nice forward lean and accelerates very quickly. Doesn't take him long to get started out of that backfield, and you get him headed downhill. It's tough to hold him on those short yardage plays.
Yep, I'm with you. So 8:09 to go, clock still rolling here, and like you said, Bluefield showing no sense of urgency, and they're going to let it get down inside 5 yards, which will put the game clock under 8 minutes to go. And the snap goes to Hershich. He's going to hand off, to Thomas, who chugs along for a gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the KCU 44-yard line.
Yeah, just like you said when this drive started, Chauncey, you're going to see a big dose of old number 26 there, and he's doing a good job of keeping 2 hands on the ball. As KCU starting to rip at the ball, trying to do anything they can to get the ball out and get a possession here. But James Thomas is going to be the guy that we got to stop here coming down the stretch.
Yep, I'm with you. Here we go on 2nd down. Hershich fires one downfield, throws it into coverage, and the pass is knocked away. Tried to get it out there to Thomas Lee, but Cutliff, KCU cornerback, C.J. Cutliff, that is. Pretty good pass coverage. Got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Yeah, just about the time we say you got to stop Thomas. They take it up inside and take a one-on-one shot. And of course, the reason they do that is KCU's got everybody committed up in there to stop the run, so they're going to try to take a shot with Lee down the boundary. But Cutliff there not fooled, right in phase, made a really nice play. Again, early in the game they went to one, and ever since they've put CJ over here on him, they've really pretty much kept him to a single catch.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2-by-2 set balls on the right hash here for Herstich. He takes a snap, drops back, looking downfield, and he's under pressure. Finds a receiver, but the ball's knocked away. He's hit hard when he makes a catch, and it hits the ground, almost intercepted there. The receiver there was Trevelyan. He was hit as he caught the ball, and we've got a penalty in the backfield, Coach, back away from the football. I was watching the ball. Did you see what the flag was?
Yeah, we're going to get roughing the passer there. It looked like maybe number 97, Trent Hill, just a little bit late coming from his left end position. Early in that rush there, I was really rooting for a hold call. Looked like they were holding Trent, but he shook free and was intent on tracking down Herstich there. And as Herstich scrambled out of the pocket, the quarterback doesn't lose that protection that he's afforded, and made a throw in there that was broken up by the KCU secondary, but I think we just hit him just a little bit late anyway, and that's the call, and that's a personal foul, and that's going to move it up 15 and give them a first down with 6:45 on a rolling clock.
And Coach, in an unfortunate, I guess you would say, series of events there, puts Bluefield on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, with 6:33 to go here in the ball game with a 12-point lead. And do we have a timeout? We do have a timeout, KCU, I think.
It looks like the officials maybe are talking about exactly where this penalty should be marked off at. They had a brief discussion, but I think they've got things put back together here, and we'll see what the white hat's coming over to talk. He makes his way over, maybe to talk to the KCU sideline here for a second. I think they want some time put back on the clock.
Yeah, I think about 31 seconds.
Yeah, it looked
added.
like he made a signal for 7:04 maybe to be put back on the clock.
Yeah.
KCU in a really tight spot right here.
Yes,
First
sir.
down, 7 minutes on the clock. They really need the football back. Bluefield got a new running back into the game. Interesting call there from Bluefield to kind of to little inside fake handoff there to Variable, and try to pull it down and squeeze one, try to really end this game with a pass to Ebron there, but KCU not fooled there on first down. They maybe the Rams thought they might catch KCU napping there, but two guys on the coverage there. That looked like J.R. Smith again, and then and also the free safety end kind of bracketed Ebron there.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The handoff this time is going to go to number 9. That's Bryce Verbal, only his second carry of the ball game. And he punches it ahead for a gain of 5 on second down, making it 3rd and 5 here, Coach. And down under 7 minutes on the clock again here.
Yeah. Joe Jamison coming up there to make a big tackle for KCU, coming out of his secondary spot there to make that play.
3rd down and 5 yards to go. Trips to the right this time as Hersich directing some traffic out there and getting ready to rock and roll here on 3rd down.
Just kind of waiting on the play clock, just bleeding that clock.
It's going to be down to about 6:12 when he takes the snap, and he hits the number 3 receiver on the right-hand side. That's Trevelyan. And, Coach, the ball was stripped, and it's going to be KCU football. Wow, what a play there.
Looked like Brian Hughes was kind of.
It was.
Yeah, Brian Hughes got that ball out and able to create a fumble. So nice, they catch KCU up playing man-to-man coverage. Hersich hits the nice slant route there to big number 2. That's Matthew Trevelyan, but he's not able to hang on to it. And just what the doctor ordered there for the Knights, are able to get the ball back, and the KCU defense comes up with a big stop.
Absolutely. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go for the Knights here from the 11-yard line. And getting points on the board here would be critical. And, Coach, was that Brian Hughes or was that Joe Jamison? And we'll find out for sure.
Yeah, find out for sure.
The handoff out of the backfield on first down kind of gobbled up right at the line of scrimmage. I'm trying to see who the ball carrier is there. That's Traylor. And he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's going to be a loss of about 1 yard on first down, making it 2nd down and 11 to go.
Yeah, so a long way to go here. 5:45 on the running clock. So KCU's going to be in hurry-up mode here. They're going to try to get it off here as quickly as they can.
Maxwell Ward, the quarterback, 2x2 set, balls on the right hash. He's going to look downfield. Tries to hit a receiver in the flats. That's V.T. Taylor, and the ball's just, I think, I don't want to say the ball was off the mark. I think it was just not timed appropriately.
Yeah, Bluefield playing, giving them plenty of room over there on the corner. They're kind of picking on it, trying to go back at Therese Wolf there. Number 10 had the interception earlier, but he's giving plenty of ground. Bluefield trying to keep everything in front of them. They're not going to give any big plays, so they'll give you that completion if you can get it.
That's right. 3rd down, 11 yards to go. Clock stopped at 5:31 on the incompletion here. KCU with the football on their own 11-yard line. 2x2 set, ball is on the right hash. Ward takes it, looks downfield. He's got a receiver somewhat open, throws the safest throw he possibly can there to that receiver, Austin Mullins, but it goes incomplete.
Yeah, again, Therese Wolf on the coverage, getting help there. From the safety out of the middle of the field. Interesting, they drop Cash down kind of in the hole. They bring the other safety kind of in the deep middle, so they give the impression of middle field open, but at the snap they go middle field closed defense and force the incompletion.
And KCU with 4th and 11 here on their own 11-yard line, no choice but to punt. So back onto the field is Ignacio, going to punt out of his own end zone. And back deep to return for Bluefield is Kadarius Finazzi. And here we go. The punt's in the air, and it's a good one. It's a high kick. It's going to cross the 40. Actually, it's going to land right on the 40-yard line and take a Bluefield bounce. And it's down at about the 32-yard line, so only about a 21-yard punt after the bounce. And Bluefield will take over with pretty decent field position here with 5:19 on the clock, and that is in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so the ball doesn't bounce KCU's way there. Unfortunately, they lose some on the bounce of that punt there. So
right.
Bluefield going to take over with outstanding field position, 12-point lead, 5:19 on the clock, and as you said when that last possession started, I imagine that we're going to get a big dose of Thomas here on this drive. He's carried the ball a ton here in the second half. and James Thomas is the back out there right now.
1st and 10, balls in the middle of the field, trips to the right, and surprise, a handoff to Thomas up the middle, and it's gobbled up at the line by the KCU defense.
Yeah, KCU again playing for the run, singling up these outside guys. It'll be interesting to see if Bluefield decides, as they did in the last drive, to maybe take a shot with one of these guys.
Yeah.
But right now they really don't need to. They're in 4-down territory. They're going to try to bleed this clock. When will Coach Russell decide to start taking his timeouts? He's got 3 left. Obviously, KCU got to get the ball back somehow if they have any chance of getting in, of contending here down the stretch.
Sure, and a lot of football left to be played. Ball's in the middle of the field, 2nd down, and 9 yards to go. Trips to the right. A fake handoff goes to Thomas, but Hersich is going to be the man to run the ball. I think that was another RPO where he decided he would keep the ball, ran it to the left, got it almost out to the sideline, and he's brought down after about a 6-yard gain here, Coach.
Yeah, everybody kind of jumping on Thomas right there, as you might expect, and Hurst kind of pulls it out the backside, reading that backside in, more of a,
option.
More of just a straight option there. I don't think they were going to let him throw it there.
Right.
But he does a good job picking up a few yards, stays in bounds. I imagine 4-down territory here for the Rams, basically just bleeding the clock.
Down under 4 minutes now on the game clock with trips to the right, balls on the left hash. Hersich takes it, hands off to Thomas. It's another stretch play. This one goes to the right, and he's going to cross the 40-yard line. The ball comes out, and the players are signaling KCU football, and so is the referee. A turnover here gets the ball back to KCU here with 3:39 on the clock, and they'll take over right about the 20-yard line here, Coach.
Yeah, so a little out, so Thomas takes the ball inside and bounces it to the perimeter where he gets licked there by somebody from the KCU defense.
They get a helmet on it, I think.
I didn't quite pick up who got him, but it looked like 36 or 38 there comes up with the ball. I believe it's 36.
That's
Jamal
right.
Woods comes up with the loose ball. I'm not sure if he made the contact or not, but he's able to pick up the loose ball, and KCU needed the ball back, and the KCU defense delivers the ball back.
That's
so
right.
What can Jake Russell and the offense do with it now?
Here we go, a 2-by-2 set for quarterback Maxwell Ward. He's going to take it, drop back. He's under pressure. He's forced to sprint out to the right, still under pressure. He now scrambles over to the left, gets up to the line of scrimmage, throws one downfield, and I could have seen a pass interference call there. No flag, though. Incomplete pass. There was definitely contact made out there on the field, but no pass interference.
Yeah, Richmond Sims there, the intended target. He was signaling to the back judge that he wanted an interference call.
Yeah.
Just tough to tell right there, but Ward doing a nice job of scrambling, keeping the play alive, and trying to turn a broken play into a big play there. Just got to get a little bit of rhythm. Hopefully get a first down here, take one of those underneath throws, get a first down, and get this thing moving.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. A 2-by-2 set here as Ward takes the snap, looks downfield. He's got a receiver in the flats. I don't have a number yet, but it's a catch and about a 5-yard gain. Wasn't able to get out of bounds, so it's going to be 2nd down and 5 yards to go, and the clock's still rolling. Coach, do you see a number out there? I think that's Rucker Daly out there, actually.
Daly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, again, very tough to tell these numbers when they get on the other side of the field there. But, again, there's the underneath catch that I was talking about to try to get some rhythm.
We've got a timeout, Bluefield, and Coach not happy as he's coming out on the field there.
Yeah, Bluefield kind of caught in a personnel switch there, and they didn't want to get caught with a too many men on the field situation, so they go ahead and take the timeout.
We're going to keep it here, though. We don't want to miss any of this action here from Grayson on homecoming as Bluefield leads the KCU Knights 24-12. And Coach, what in your opinion, what's the best way for KCU to get the ball down the field?
Right, well, you got to figure they're in 4-down territory right here. Right? They're not going to punt the ball back to them. So if Bluefield's going to play very soft, which they've shown here on the corners, and again, you got to take what they're giving you. There's no reason to force the ball down the field just yet. So take the underneath throw if you can get it. Hopefully get some yards after catch. Keep them chains moving. Of course, Bluefield's going to be satisfied with you doing that right now, but we really don't have much choice. You can't throw the ball over the top against these corners if they're going to play really soft. So you just got to hope to get the ball into some of your playmakers' hands underneath and let them maybe make a guy miss. I think that's your best opportunity to move the ball down the field.
Get the ball in the flats.
That's right. Get the ball out there to where they're giving you some soft coverage, and hopefully let those guys make a play once they've got it in their hands.
And the clock was running here after the timeout. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
No,
so we've got a official's timeout here, and
yeah, they're going to put it back to 3 minutes. The clock will start on the snap. Looks like the umpire there. They're going to change the ball out real quick. Again, you got the main thing here is just to pick up another get a first down here, pick up another set of downs. Trying to look here. Bluefield showing sort of an umbrella look here. Two deep safeties playing really soft off of the slot.
As Ward takes the snap, drops back under pressure, and he has a receiver over here on the KCU sideline about 26 yards down the field. That's VT Taylor with a huge catch here. Catches it right at midfield and didn't get out of bounds, though. The clock's still running as soon as it's blown in here after the ball's spotted.
Yeah, a nice completion there to VT. Able to go up high, climb the ladder, and get that ball. KCU on the move at midfield.
Ward takes a snap on the right hash, almost intercepted there. He tried to get it out, like you said, on that check down right there, or the underneath route. He tried to get it out here to Gideon, but a good play on that ball there by a KCU defender.
Yeah, Markel Banks able to kind of get in his hip pocket right there and make a pretty nice break on the ball. Doing a good job of defending that out route there into the flat.
It's going to be second down, 10 yards to go. Ball's at midfield, and the clock stopped at 2:38 on the incomplete pass. And here we go. We got trips to the left as Ward takes the snap, finds this time VT Taylor again, this one in the flats, and it's going to be a gain of about 8 yards here, Coach, and the clock's going to keep rolling. We're at 2:25, and the clock's moving.
Yeah, they're going to move quick, get back up on the ball. KCU no stranger to a quick tempo offense. This is really not out of character for them.
Sure.
But Maxwell doing a good job of just kind of taking what's available there. Bluefield continuing to play 3 down, but bringing 4 on most downs, bringing one of the linebackers.
Ward under pressure, finds a receiver downfield. That's Sims in the middle of the field. He crosses the 20, across the 10, 5, touchdown KCU with 2 minutes to go. A huge touchdown for the Knights. That puts them within a score, Coach.
Absolutely, yeah. You get Maxwell does a nice job of stepping up in the pocket right there. The offensive line gives him a little time and hits Sims on the dig route coming from the left side of the field right into the middle. They're playing that 2 deep shell, and Watts open that middle of the field right there. Sims catches it on the run and outruns the rest of the Rams defense to the right pylon for 6 points and make this a ball game.
Absolutely, and looks like Paul Rodriguez on the field to attempt to tack on one more, and there we go. The kick's up. And it's good. So that touchdown, an extra point, brings KCU within a score. Your score is Bluefield 24, KCU 19. We're going to step out back after this with 2 minutes to go in the ball game on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
And we're back here in Grayson as KCU, Coach, making things interesting. And can we expect an onside kick here?
They're lined up with a 6 left, 4 right alignment. Now they change it back to a 5-5 alignment. Bluefield with nobody deep. Their deepest man about the 35-yard line. KCU's going to squib kick it.
That's Ignacio, the kicker. It's fielded at about the 30-yard line by number 5, and he marches ahead about 4 yards, slides, and contact is made, but no flag.
Yeah, put Ebron back there, and he's able to field the ball on the hop, and then he kind of gives himself up, and a little bit of contact there after he went down, but no harm, no foul right there. So here's the KCU defense back in this situation again, where really it's going to be their task to deliver the ball back to the offense. They've been able to do it 2 times in a row, Chance. Twice in a row they've been able to get stops, get turnovers, and get the ball back to the offense. That previous time the offense able to convert on a nice drive. Now they got all their timeouts left, so we'll see whether they can come through one more time.
And Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, KCU with all 3 timeouts.
That's
is that
right.
correct?
They got all 3 timeouts left, kind of putting the pressure now on. Bluefield was just kind of bleeding the clock, hanging out. Now they're going to start feeling the pressure a little bit here to string some first downs in a row.
That's right. Here we go. Hersich takes the snap, hands it on a stretch play to Jules Gray, who is brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and it looked like he was almost hit out of bounds. I don't think he was. So we've got a timeout by KCU here with 1:50 to go in the ball game. And it's going to be 2nd down and 11 yards to go when action resumes for Bluefield.
Yeah, so a play we really had not seen out of Bluefield to start that drive with. They hand the ball to Jules Gray, who's been a really nice receiver for him today. He's got 7-8 catches, over 100 yards. That's his first rushing attempt. KCU doing a nice job of stringing it out, pursuing the football. The coaches next to us wanted the tackle to be out of bounds right there, but the official wound the clock, forced KCU to take their first time out. It was really, really close. We don't have a monitor here in the booth or anything. It's really tough to see on the far side of the field whether that knee came down just inside the boundary or not, but nevertheless, the official rolled the clock and forced that first time out. So 2nd and 11, maybe 2nd and 12, 1:50. Rams under. We'll see whether they're going to go ahead and run the ball and force KCU to take another timeout, or are they going to try to take advantage of some of this single coverage.
We're going to find out. The snap goes to Hersich. He's going to fire one down the field, and it's an incomplete pass out of the reach of Jules Gray. He was trying to lead his receiver downfield, but he let him too much. So now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, so they go with, they try to pick on Jamison right there. They go with the little, what a lot of people call it, a slot fade, or some people call it a smoke combination. And they try to run the inside fade there, but Jamison, having none of it, did a really nice job of staying in phase, forced the long throw. So no timeout needed. 3rd down.
3rd and 11. Here we go. Hersich takes the snap. He's going to fire another one downfield. This time it's caught. And off to the races is Jules Gray, Coach. 10-5, touchdown, Bluefield.
Yeah, that time he's able to beat Jamison on the switch release. That's kind of the big play there. KCU lines up to bring some heat there on 3rd down, playing straight man-to-man coverage. They go, Bluefield goes with a nice switch release. They get a little bit of a rub there on Jamison, and he's kind of stepped behind Jules Gray. Hersich lays it out there for him perfectly, and really nicely executed play. Gutsy call there from the Rams sideline to go ahead and put the ball in the air, knowing that they would be all over the run play and playing zero coverage. They go ahead and try to throw it down the field, and they get the big touchdown.
And the kick is up by Joey Dells, and it's good, so that makes your score 31-19. Bluefield leads KCU with 1:36 to go in the ball game. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
So the squib kick bounces all the way down to about the 15-yard line. That's where it's fielded. And after about a 5-yard return there by, I'm still trying to get a number, Coach, but about a 5-yard return there. And KCU's going to take over. Actually, more like about an 8-yard return. KCU's going to take over about the 18 or 19-yard line.
Yeah, we also got a flag.
No, 24, 25-yard line.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the call might be. A flag kind of in the ahead of the play there in the Bluefield part over on near to the Bluefield sideline.
And it's going to be on Kentucky Christian University. It's going to be a personal foul. So that'll bring them back 15 yards, Coach.
Yeah, not what they needed there, obviously. So it's going to put them deep in their own territory.
Yeah, with a minute 29 to go, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the KCU 11-yard line.
Yeah, so obviously KCU here in a real tough spot. They're going to be forced to put the ball in the air. Bluefield knows that, playing really soft coverage, 2 deep look, only rushing 3 right now.
2-by-2 set for Ward. He's going to be under some pressure. Tries to find a check down route, and the pass falls incomplete. 2nd down.
Bluefield getting some pretty quick pressure right there on Maxwell. Not much he could do there, but just kind of dumped the ball off for the incompletion.
Yeah, that's right. Another 2-by-2 set. The ball's on the left hash here. 2nd down and 10 yards to go from the 12-yard line as Maxwell Ward takes the snap, sprints out to his right, and it's off the hands of Richmond Sims on 2nd down. Almost intercepted and goes incomplete, 3rd down.
Yeah, again, pressure there provided by that front 3 coming up through there. That looked like Jaden Campbell that time, applying some of the pressure, forcing Ward out to his right. And then the ball tipped there. Almost a 2nd interception for Therese Wolf right there.
Don't forget, immediately after this game, or just a few minutes after the game, we'll hear from KCU head coach Jake Russell as Ward takes a snap on 3rd down, has a receiver open downfield, found a little window there, but the ball hits the ground before it makes it to the receiver, and it's going to be 4th down and 10 yards to go for KCU.
Yeah, Jaden Campbell again for the 3rd time in a row, applying some pressure to Ward there, kind of forcing him out of the pocket, trying to make a throw back across his body a little bit. Just comes up just a little bit short. So 4th down, KCU really no choice but to go for this thing. And if they don't get this 1st down here, then this game's going to be over.
So a minute 14 on the game clock here. KCU trails 31-19. And here we go, 2-by-2 set. Maxwell Ward takes the snap, drops back, fires one downfield and into the hands of a defender. That's Tyrese Wolf on the interception. And he's trying to find a lane to run in, gets it back across the 50-yard line. And he's brought down about the 44-yard line of KCU. That's where Bluefield will take over with a minute and 1 second to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Therese Wolf, he's had quite the game today. Several pass breakups, a couple of interceptions, a couple of big tackles. He's an awfully fine defender there for the Bluefield Rams, and looks like all they'll have to do is take a knee a couple of times, and this game will be over. But no quit in the KCU Knights today. They did a good job of getting themselves back in this football game. They did all they could do. They really put some pressure on the Rams down the stretch, but just come up there a little bit short.
Yep, as Bluefield lines up in victory formation, takes a knee. They'll probably have to do that one more time, as there are 34 seconds on the game clock and about 48 seconds 34 on the play clock, and 40-some on the game clock. I'll get it out
Easy
eventually.
for you to
I don't
say.
know. We'll just say this. There's more on the game clock than there is a play clock, so they got to take a knee one more time to end it. There we go. That's one more knee, and presumably your final score will be Bluefield Rams 31, KCU 19. Again, don't forget, after the game, we'll hear from KCU head coach Jake Russell. This loss will move KCU to 0-5 on the season, and the victory for Bluefield will move them to 3-2 on the season. KCU next in action on October the 1st. That's a road game. It's next Saturday at Union, 4 o'clock p.m. And Bluefield next in action next week as well. They're at home against the University of Pikeville. So a final score for you here from the evening is Bluefield 31, KCU 19. We're going to step out, be back after this for the postgame show, and we'll have a word from Coach Jake Russell after this. Don't go away on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever.
But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kid.
You know, financial security.
And we're back here in Grayson. A little technical difficulty there. Sorry about that. But we're back here, and a final score for you from the evening is Bluefield 31, KCU. Obviously not the result you want on homecoming, but what are your takeaways from this ball game?
You know, 9 penalties for 58 yards doesn't sound that bad, but there are a couple of untimely penalties that really hurt him. Had a roughing the passer that gave Bluefield Rams another possession there. Had a penalty on a kickoff that the KCU kicking off and was offsides on the kickoff that resulted in KCU have to re-kick. On the re-kick, the Rams take that kickoff back for a score. So some untimely penalties, a few turnovers in the first half that really hurt them. Had the ball inside the 20 a couple of times and didn't score. They were only 2 of 5 in the red zone. You get the ball down in there, you really got to punch it in. You at least got to get a field goal out of it, but not able to do that. KCU 7 out of 15 on third down is not that bad. They held Bluefield to 6 out of 15 on third down. A couple big plays for Bluefield in the game, especially down the stretch there, to kind of extend the score out. But overall, KCU was in the game and just squandered a few opportunities, especially early, to put the points on the board.
Sure.
Bluefield has a really nice team. They have a very good defense, and they're going to win several more games this year. Just a few things to clean up on the KCU side, and they got a chance to still make some noise here in the AAC.
And there's a reason Bluefield, with a winning record 5 games into the season, they've got a good group.
Yeah, they do. They have a very good team. They're well coached. They execute a lot. You can't say enough about Hurstich, their quarterback. He played very well today. He was 23 out of 41 for 379 yards, 3 touchdowns, a single interception. So he's got a lot of confidence back there, and he can sling it. They're not afraid to take their chances. They got a plethora of receivers that they can get the ball out to.
Sure.
You look down the total. Obviously the guy today was Jules Gray. A guy that we had not talked about much in the pregame, but he steps up with 9 catches for 181 yards.
Yep.
It's really an outstanding day for him. Look for him to maybe be the AAC Player of the Week this week, depending on what goes on a little bit later tonight. But he would be the second Bluefield receiver to receive that honor if that ends up coming through. But 9 for 181 is pretty strong. The guy that we were all worried about stopping, Jaquan Ebron, maybe 1 catch in the first half, but he comes on to get 4 catches in the second half for 44 yards. A couple of those were big catches that moved the chains. Look at Thomas for them. James Thomas ended up carrying the ball 19 times for 77 yards. No lost yardage runs for Thomas. He did a really nice job of getting his shoulder square and hitting it up in there and moving the pile when he needed to. A lot of important first downs came from Thomas running the ball. So just, that's a really good football team. Now on the other side, 21 out of 42 for 249 for Maxwell Ward today. 2 touchdowns, but that column of 4 interceptions is what you hate to see.
Right.
Very tough to turn the ball over that often and be successful. As far as the KCU rushing attack was on point today. You had Joshua Taylor carried the ball 20 times for 124 yards. So he was very tough for the Bluefield Rams to handle today. And that's a kid that we're going to continue to get the ball to in the future, I'm sure. But he and Maxwell Ward carried that KCU offense today. And if not for a couple of turnovers and a couple of untimely penalties, we might have had a different outcome. But not to be today. But KCU will regroup, and hopefully we'll hear from Coach Jake Russell here in a little bit. But they'll regroup and try to correct some of these mistakes moving forward.
Yep, Coach. Sounds good to me. We'll go ahead real quick while we're still here and look at our scoring summary while we're waiting on Coach Russell. As I mentioned, final score of the evening, 31-19. KCU falls to Bluefield. And I'll tell you real quick how we got there. The first score of the game came in the first quarter. That was a 7-yard Nathan Hurstich touchdown pass to Jaquan Ebron, and Joey Dell's PAT made it 7-0 after 1 quarter of play. Then in the second quarter, another Bluefield touchdown made it 14-0. That was a 21-yard touchdown pass from Hurstich to Jules for 21 yards. I said that, and then a Joey Dell's PAT made it 14-0 in quarter number 2. That was at the beginning of quarter number 2. And then with 44 seconds on the clock in the first half, KCU gets on the board with an 11-yard touchdown pass from Ward to DT Gideon. And then the PAT was blocked, and it made it 14-6, and which is where everybody thought the score would be going into halftime, but Bluefield disagreed. Penalty and a re-kick on the next kickoff after the touchdown, and then an 86-yard Thomas Lee touchdown, or a kickoff return for a touchdown, followed by Joey Dell's PAT made it 21-6 in going into the half. In the second half, 1 score in the third quarter. That was a 5-yard Carter touchdown run for KCU, and incomplete pass on a 2-point conversion made it 21-12 after 3 quarters of play. And then the fourth quarter, 2 Bluefield touchdowns and a KCU touchdown. The first touchdown of quarter number 4. I'm sorry, it wasn't a touchdown, it was a field goal. I guess I should read ahead before I say it, right, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
A 27-yard field goal from Joey Dells made it 24-12. Then KCU with an answer with 2 minutes to go, building some momentum. A Max Ward touchdown pass, a beautiful reception and yards after catch from Richmond Sims. And a Paul Rodriguez PAT made it 24-19. Bluefield still led, but KCU within 1 score. And then Bluefield sealed the deal with 1 minute and 36 seconds to go after a 63-yard touchdown pass from Nathan Hersich to Jules Gray. And a Joey Dales PAT made the final score 31-19. Bluefield defeats the KCU Knights. We're going to step out, take a break while we wait on Coach Russell. He's still got his team down in the end zone, so don't go away. Back after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
KCU falls to Bluefield. The Bluefield Rams 31-19, and the loss takes KCU to 0-5 on the season, Coach. Next up on the schedule for KCU is a road game next Saturday at Union. What are some things, if you're Coach Russell, what are some things you focus on about yourself and your team going into that game?
Well, offensively, take a look at these statistics just real quick. There are some positives in here, and I think, Coach Russell is focuses on the offensive side of the ball. He's an offensive head coach. But you take a look at that, they threw the ball today for 294 yards. They were able to rush the ball for another 171 yards. They get off 77 plays for 465. That's not terrible, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So they got some things that are pretty good. I know they'd like to get Max's percentage up a little bit, 21 out of 42. Left a few completions out there. You'd like to see that rise just a little bit. But, again, 294 yards and 3 touchdowns. But, again, the place they're going to look are the interceptions. They got to try to cut down on the turnovers. But there are some things to build on. They ran the ball pretty effectively. I thought the O-line played the best game, at least that I've seen.
Sure.
We've been here for 3 home games so far.
Sure.
I did not get to see them play on the road. But I thought they played as a unit as well as I've seen them play. They offered Max some protection. They opened up some holes to run in. So there are some positives, and they'll keep moving down those things. I think the things that they will that they will work on. Obviously they're going to try to clean up some special team stuff. We had a missed extra point, blocked extra point today. You don't want to give those things away. Those extra points are invaluable, and you kind of put yourself behind the 8 ball when you miss a couple extra points.
Right.
So they'll clean that up. Obviously the kick coverage, the mental mistake of being offsides on the kickoff.
Yep.
Then the physical part of it of not covering the kick. Maybe not. I'm sure they'll look at who they want to kick the ball to in the future, but you got to kick it down there and hope your coverage team can kind of cover those things. But I'm sure they'll look at that and see if they need to make any adjustments personnel-wise on the kickoff team. But that was certainly a big play in this game. At that point, it's 14-6. There's 44 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and like you think you just scored, and you missed the extra point, which takes a little momentum away from you. But then you kick off and you give up. They have the penalty. Then you give up the long return. That's just a momentum killer. So you feel like you're going to go in 14-6 and you're right in the game, but it ends up going in 21-6 at the half. But I think the other thing that you've got to like, so those are some of the negatives, but the other thing you got to like is they come out and really answer the bell.
Yeah, that's right.
They get a stop, and they take the ball. They have a really physical drive, in which most of the plays were run plays. I don't have the drive summary in front of me, but they were able to move it down the field. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Brandon Carter was able to take that thing in. I'm trying to look on here and see about a 5-yard rush for the touchdown for Brandon Carter, and he was able to stick it in there and make it 21-12. They get a defensive stop. They hold Bluefield drives it down. They get a stop to make it 24-12. Then they come back with another touchdown. They get the long completion in the 2-minute situation to Sims and get themselves to 24-19, and they feel like they're right in the football game. And so I think there are a lot of things to be hopeful about. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like Coach Russell's coming up, and we'll talk to him just a little bit here. Hey, Coach.
Hey.
Just talking about some of the statistics here a little bit, and then a few of these things. Looking at some of the positives in there. Thought a pretty good balance between run and pass today. Able to run the ball for 171 yards today, and Maxwell Ward threw the ball for 294 yards. So just to start off with, a couple of pretty, some positives from the offense, I thought. What do you think?
Yeah, 460 total yards.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we got here?
Something like that, yeah.
465, yeah. 465 yards, just kind of telling the quarterbacks, trying to keep a little lighthearted. And sorry, I just ran up the bleachers, so a little out of shape. It's been a while. That's a couple games in a row there, maybe actually 3, where, move the ball the whole game, putting up a ton of yards. 465 yards, you're probably averaging over 5 yards a play, maybe more than that. You get some explosive plays, especially there at the end, and you only get 19 points. Last week, the offense only scored 7. Mm-hmm. So we've got to figure out a way, me as the play caller and the lead and, quarterback's coach as well, just figuring out a way. I told them last week I'd rather have 200 yards and 35 points than 507. And it's finishing drives, taking care of the football. Myself as a play caller starts there, getting our guys in good situations, giving them the simple plays. And, the explosive plays, they just come from efficiency more than, trying to just chuck the ball down the field. And, had some guys step up tonight. Josh Traylor, obviously a big one. I think probably had over 100 right by the end of the game. Just phenomenal. The physicality. You got Devontae out tonight with just a week-by-week injury. And Josh really stepped up and did a great job, and some receivers as well.
Yeah, Josh had 20 carries for 124 yards. Yeah, it's a little over 6 yards a carry. So he did a really nice job. And, I thought this is the first game we've been back at home and didn't get to see you guys play when you're on the road, but I thought there was a noticeable difference in the offensive line. I thought they gave Max some time. They had a little bit of pressure here and there, but for the most part gave him some time, created a few openings for the running game. So I thought the offensive line consistency or cohesiveness, however you kind of want to say that, was better since the last time I've been here.
No doubt. Offensive lines just continue to get better. Obviously we've got Sione as kind of the anchor in there, who's been here going on his 3rd year this season. Older guy. And then Gabe Singleton is the center, another senior that's been here a while. But outside of those two guys, it's a young group. We got some true freshmen playing, some freshmen, C.J. Dills, in his second season starting. And they've done great, man. We're excited about that group. They've really come into their own. Obviously, anytime you run for 170 yards, 465 yards total offense, the offensive line has played great, and just really proud of those guys today. Yeah,
absolutely. So let's flip sides of the ball and talk about the defense for a little bit. A pretty potent Rams offense over there. They really got a receiving core. They got a bunch of big bodies out there that can kind of position you and make some plays. And we were talking a lot about Jaquan Ebron coming into the game. He was last week's AAC Offensive Player of the Week, but it's Jules Gray that ends up having the big day with 9 catches for 181 yards. But even at that, basically the defense holds them to 14 points really in the first half. They get the kind of the kickoff return there with like 44 seconds left to go in the half that makes it 21-6. But still, I thought the defense played pretty well. At times.
I think the whole game, yeah. I mean, I think we had 4 turnovers on offense. You get a special teams touchdown from them on their side.
Yeah.
All that considered with we had 5 turnovers. I didn't count, count the last Hail Mary part, but
right.
4 turnovers in the play of game. They get a special teams touchdown, and you still only give up 24 points on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, against that offense right there, who's going to score 40, 50 points in a lot of games. Awesome job again. Obviously offense has got to respond and get points on the board and get us a lead and all that type of thing. But, another great effort from the defense. Coach Walters and those guys doing a great job.
Yeah, Ellis Reed had 13 tackles tonight. Also, Brian Hughes comes up with 9 tackles themselves. They caused a few turnovers, but thought that group obviously played really well. Kind of got to move forward again, go to 0-1 in the AAC, but got another conference game coming up next week. And, you hate to you got to put these things behind you quickly. Obviously, what do you know about Union?
Yeah, Union, a familiar foe. Obviously, even coaching there, just have a lot of good friends still there, and it's always good to go back and you get a little nostalgia there. Actually coached there a couple of different times, as well as Coach Bell was there with me. I coached Coach Bell and Coach Furness there as players, so small world and time flies and all that stuff. But Union, man, an experienced team. They got a lot of guys that have taken a lot of snaps there, and that's always dangerous. They're tough. Coach Luttrell does a great job down there getting those guys to play hard and be tough, and they're doing a good job running the football. Just told the team these first 2 AAC opponents that we played twice, they actually don't count towards the conference. Okay. So, a little info that some of the people listening might not know. So, the last 5 games of the year will determine actually. So, I just told the team, hey, listen, the number one goal in our program, like I've said on here before, is to win a conference championship. You go win 6 straight games, and you're a conference champion. For the first time in school history, you've doubled your win total from last year. You have a winning season. I mean, your trajectory is where you want it to be. But, just like I've said on the radio show, I think the last home game, the difference in winning and losing a game like today is 3 or 4 plays. And those 3 or 4 plays – are made on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, in a meeting room, whatever it is, in the weight room. And some of our guys are buying into that. We just got to get the rest of the guys as well and keep preparing them as best we can. Yeah. Awesome, Coach. Appreciate you coming up. And I know you guys will get them ready for next week. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Okay, Coach. Thanks. All right. We'll, again, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. We'll take a little break, and I'll be back here for some final thoughts from Grayson.
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back in Grayson, again, your final score for the evening, 31-19, KCU falls to Bluefield. And Coach Brent Terry, thanks again.
Oh, my pleasure. Enjoyed it. 0-5, it sounds like, that the season is not, obviously things aren't good, but I'm just telling you that they're a fun team to watch. They've been in most of these games against these these in-division opponents. It's just a matter of time before they get one. I know that Jake is going to really keep after these guys. They're going to keep preparing, and just like he said in the post game, it's going to come down to a couple of plays. Here, these games come down to 2, 3, 4 plays, like the kickoff return or a fumble here, or a big sack there.
Sure.
Turnover. It's going to come down to 5 or 6 plays, and eventually they're going to keep after to where those 4 or 5 of those plays are going to go KCU's way, and they're going to get a big win. I still think the trajectory of the program is on the rise, just as he said, and I think those guys will, after this wears off, they'll take their lumps and they'll sulk a little bit tonight, and rightfully so, but they'll get them back headed in the right direction this week.
I'm with you, Coach, and one thing I'll say about Coach Russell, he makes it easy to root for.
Oh, there's no doubt. He's absolutely a class act to come up here. It's not the funnest thing to do.
No.
To come up here and talk about a loss.
Exactly.
You'd
rather
That's right. He does it with the smile on his face, and he's able to come up here and articulate how he feels very well, and kind of give you a pulse of the team and how they're feeling. And it's nice of him to kind of communicate what he's telling those guys, and to kind of keep the optimism.
Coach, that's going to do it for our broadcast. For Brent Terry, I'm Chauncey Griffith. A big thanks to Lane and all the crew, and Dwayne back at the studio. Until next week, I'm Chauncey Griffith, and good night and God bless.
You've been listening to Kentucky Christian University football on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV. This KCU football game has been brought to you by Kentucky Christian University, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Tres Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Grayson and Cannonsburg, Members Choice Credit Union, Stoltz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy in South Shore, and Clark's Puffin Shops of the Tri-State. KCU football is a special sports presentation of the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.